Hello everyone and welcome to Laurence Plays, and we're back playing the last Starship again, and yeah, my bots are busy here gathering up a load of copper because I believe that was what I was short of at the end of the last stream. So yeah, we're filling that up. And at the moment I'm working towards the Stargate Stargate objectives, should we say, and I'm on phase 5 at the moment, and that requires me to get some power to the Stargate. And so last time I used one of my construction table things to make a Stargate, a power doobery thingy to send power, and then sold it as I've been doing with absolutely everything else. But in hindsight, and with sort of thinking about it a little bit more, I think actually that was the wrong thing to do. I think, unlike all of the other stages of the Stargate, where I was going through and I was building and selling the Stargate frames and more frames, all these bits, where I was just selling them and then they would be taken away by the Stargate Consortium and then built into the Stargate, I think for this one, I need to actually build these things on a ship that has sufficient power to light them up and send 200 megawatts to the Stargate. So, I think the thing to do is going to be to build another one of those. So let's put in an assembly table, get that going. And then start building a ship that has a massive quantity of solar panels and room for a number of these things in it. And then we'll see how we go from there. And I can't find an assembly table. Oh, there it is at the bottom. All right, we'll put you in there. And with any luck, we'll be able to feed it from some of the things on this over on this side. We'll see how that goes. All right, here comes one of my dudes with the assembly table. You can bring it over, drop it in, and well, then I can program it. And then once I've programmed it and found out what it needs, I can decide. I can check whether it needs any of these things or whether we're going to have to hand feed the damn thing. So I would like you to make energy transmitter. That looks like the right one. So that's frames, energy coils, motors, lenses. So 2 of those things we can manage. Let's leave that up. Oh no, it goes away anyway. Okay, so we're going to want a short robot arm like that. We're going to want a long robot arm like that. And that's going to get us the lenses and the energy coils, but it's not going to get us the motors or the lenses, motors or the frames, which are the other 2 things across here. And as we've discovered, we can't do underground belts, so therefore doing a proper Factorio style bus is not possible. So unfortunately the rest of it is going to have to be hand loaded and not pipes cables, which is a shame. I would have liked to have done this a bit more neatly, but c'est la vie basically. Right, so however, we've got a load of them in these boxes, so we'll have the guys come over and grab all the stuff they need for that, and then we'll be able to make some of these energy transmitters. And in the meantime, I would like to pick up another ship. So what have we got? We've got the Anvil, which is a massive. I don't want that. The new ship, actually, that is suitable. That would do fairly nicely. And now it's in a bit of a silly place, but perhaps I can get one of my other ships that's over here to grab it and bring it over to the foundry, wherever my foundry is. Oh, it's down here, and then we can link it up like the gas collector is at the moment. So we'll use the Procyon. Why not? So let's say we'd like to buy the new ship. It's only 110,000. That's really cheap. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll call this the... how do I rename a ship? We'll call this the... I don't know how to rename my ship. This is in here. I want to rename this thing, but I don't know how... Oh well, we'll keep an eye out for a way to rename things, and if we find one, then we'll deal with it then. Okay, so you need to fly over to here. And then from there, you'll need to fly over to here, so it's got its door the right way around. Then we can dock up, and then we can start putting things into the new ship, or at least we can drag it over to the foundry, drop it off in about the right place, and then shuffle the foundry into position to connect to it. Then we can put some people on it. That probably won't be safe, actually. I'll need to get crew onto it, but I'll also need to get air onto it. So I guess they'll come over in their spacesuits. I could put in a big order for all the stuff that we're going to want to put onto it. That's the thing I can do at the moment. So I'm going to want it to be able to... I don't really need it to generate air because it's going to be I think it's probably going to be largely unmanned. But that said, I might want to have a person on it. I could transfer somebody over there from time to time. So let's go minimalist with this. And we're going to need to buy, well, we'll buy a reactor just for a little bit of power. We'll buy an oxygen loader and an air duct, and some oxygen if I can find. I guess we better have an air scrubber and a. What's the other thing that goes after an air scrubber? Not an oxygen maker, air reprocessor. That's the bunny. And don't need any of this stuff. Do need an energy transmitter, but we're going to make those rather than buying them. And then we're going to need all of the solar panels in the world, which there are currently 4. 4 is not very many solar panels. I don't think I'm able to make those. We'll check in a moment. And we'll have 6 oxygens. That seems like a useful number of oxygens. And a couple of food, just in case. Like I said, I don't intend to keep people on this ship, but it'd be good if it could work for work test temporarily. So go confirm that. Then switch back over to the Procyon, and then switch over to maneuverable. And okay, there's a shuttle coming out at the moment, so it's going to, because I've just, oh wait, oh no, I've messed up. That isn't going to work because, okay, so the shuttle is docked, but there's nobody on the ship to move the stuff around. Oh, I didn't think of that. Hello, Sophia. Welcome to Laurence Screws Up Trying to Build a New Spaceship. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I can put in some storage, and I can say yes, I would like to have some generic storage space, please. But just put in a storage block like that, and it's going to go, yep, that's great, but you can't do that because there's nobody on the ship to move the stuff around. I don't know how to recover from this. This ship can't do anything. I can't detach the shuttle. Do you think the shuttle will eventually give up and go away, or is it just going to sit there forever until these things get taken away? But they're not going to get taken away. Ship coming through. I need to. I've screwed up. Oh dear. I don't know what to do at this point. And I could sell the ship, I suppose, and start again. Fabricate a ship. Gosh, there's lots and lots of ship designs I can buy. I can't move the other ship because it doesn't have any engines on it. Currently it is just a shell. And therefore, I can't move it. I don't even see. Normally, if you connect 2 of your ships together, there's an option in the strategic menu to detach. But I can't do that. Also, I've sold the ship now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back again. It's not for sale anymore. As far as I'm aware, no. This one's for sale. This one doesn't have have doors either. If I bought this ship, I don't know how I'd do anything with it. Because I can't fit doors to it because I don't have. Oh, I know what I could do. Or I know what I could have done, except it's too late now because I've sold the ship. Or have I? Am I able to still purchase? No, I'm not. Okay, I've messed up here basically. I've got into a silly position. So let's fabricate a ship. Let's try and find something. Can we sort by price? No. I don't really want community ones. I don't want to buy somebody else's ship. I just want another basic new ship TM. And the new ship doesn't appear in here. These are only. These seem to only be what do you call it? Community ones. Some of them look quite cool. Oh no, here we go. Official. So there's new ship. There's that new ship as well. They're all called new ship, which is very unhelpful. Beast, fast moving industrious cargo ship, predator, science vessel. New ship. That's the one I had before. Large logistics ship. Shop ship core. That looks the same as new ship to me, except it doesn't have a ladder in it. I suppose I could reload. Have I done anything so far today? I started making a thing, so yeah. I think I'll just buy a new ship from here, one of these. It's 113 grand. That's fine. I can afford it. Bing! There we go. Right. So this time. Oh, this is rotating. That's why it looks like it's moving. This time, let us bring the Procyon over here. Whoop. Like that. And we'll dock up to this one, and we won't screw up this time, probably. No promises. Yeah, I think having sold the ship, I probably can't solve the problem. I have a suspicion that if I hadn't sold it, I could probably buy a crew member and a spacesuit, and they would get onto it. And that's probably how you're supposed to initialize a ship. You're probably supposed to buy a crew member and a spacesuit. Or, alternatively, take it over and put it up and dock it to one of your existing ships and have somebody run over into it in a spacesuit to go and fix things. Something went blip and I'm not sure why. This ship is relatively slow. Despite me putting some extra engines onto it fairly recently, it's still a very slow ship. It's doing a speed of 16, and it feels slow. How many engines did I put on the Temptress? 6. Right, so yeah, that's probably a bit quicker. Right, okay, so go a little bit past. I'm just going to use the autopilot to turn the ship round because I am lazy. So get to about there, and then get to about. Oops. Okay, apparently I can't go that short a distance. There we go. Ooh. There we go. I can go that sort of distance. And the ship will automatically rotate itself round, and we can dock with the new ship, which I still don't know how to rename these things, and then flit over with it over to the big one, the foundry, and I've got plenty of spare crewmen on that, so I can bring someone off it. Actually, that said, I don't think I've really got spare crew on this one. They're just a few crew, and they're kind of needed for manning all the guns and things and stealing stuff when I blow up other ships. Right, so now I can shuffle across to like this, a little bit rotate, whoop, a bit too much move, and dock like that. Yike! The station is still rotating, which is kind of comical. There we go. Now we're docked. So that means I now need to fly over to the foundry, which is over here. Plus. What? I thought you could move when you're attached to another ship. I mean, this one doesn't. Oh, okay. The new ship appears to be in charge rather than the Procyon being in charge. That's interesting, but okay. What's going on? We just seem to be gently pirouetting in space. Maybe when we get the ship pointing in the right direction, it'll start moving a bit faster. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. So we've my plans have been stymied because I can't work out how to do useful things with this ship. And I can make it bigger. I can put scaffolding on it. I can do all this sort of stuff, but I can't fit any engines or anything. So that's not going to work. If I detach, it hasn't got any thrusters, so it won't be able to attach the Procyon. Let's try anyway. So we'll detach that. Yeah, and it's pushed it away a little bit, so that's not going to work because I can't manoeuvre it at all. I can switch the Procyon, and I can manoeuvre that in like this if I want to, and link. I could link them back up again. Ooh, you know what? Let's try something funny. Let's do that and then switch over to this one. There we go. Now it's linked the other way around. Oh, that's silly. So that probably now means that the Procyon is going to be able to go over here. There we go. Right, okay, great success. I have sort of made it kind of work in a weird, strange, and honestly bemusing kind of way. So, when they get over to the foundry, I still have a couple of docking ports on this ship, so I can connect someone up to them. Now, actually, have we got too much copper yet? Yes, we have. All right, let's move the foundry away, because we've got too much copper now, and the ship is full. So we'll get over to here. That means the Procyon should also only go to about here, because I'm going to want to link them up. Yeah, I should report all these sort of issues that I find. That would rely on me remembering all of the issues, of course, and I can't promise to do that. Oh look, the gas collector's using its engines to bring the two of them over. That's quite nice. I appreciate that. Which makes me wonder why I couldn't get the new ship to use the Procyon to bring it over. But oh well. Yeah, if I was playing sort of single player and not streaming, then it'd be quite. Then yes, I'd be able to comment on all these things as I was going on and put posts on the Discord. But unfortunately, when I'm streaming, it's a little bit tricky to do bug reports and whatnot. So it's going to rely on my memory. So in other words, I'm probably not going to do it. Right, if I fly this ship to here, actually, if I fly it to here first, and then fly it to here. You know what? I'm probably just going to drop off the new ship like that, and then move a bit out of the way. Then I can switch over to the foundry, and oh dear, it's spinning. Why are you spinning? How are you spinning? Stop trying to do things. Are you able to rotate? No, you're not. How did you? I don't understand. Right, back to this one. You. You're pointing in completely the wrong direction, but if I move, I'm just going to go past it and rotate this way a bit. And then try and get it onto the bottom connecty point. This is quite slow and lumbery. The foundry is not meant to be an agile and swift-moving ship, so the fact that I'm having to dock like this rather than the other way around is frankly ridiculous. But oh well. Come on. And then once I've got this into place, yeah. Are you in fact a massive foundry, Sophia? Is that the problem? Oh, it's not rotating around quite where I wanted it to. No, I mean not surprisingly, really. Why would that be the centre of rotation? But I thought. Whoa, no, this way. Link, please. What's up, Doc? Right now. I can go. I would like to send over. I would like to use the logistics. Right, this bunny. So onto the gas collector. I would like to send a reactor, but I haven't got any. That's fine. I would like to send an air duct. I seem to have one of those, which is convenient. I would like to send another docking port. Would be quite handy. I've got one on the Procyon. Oh, if I'd known, I'd dumped it across before I disconnected. Important stuff like oxygen. Yes, 2 of those. And I don't have any water, but never mind. Send a couple of food over just to make sure. Right, I would think the most important things are going to be a spacesuit and a dude. All right, back over to the new ship. So I'm going to set up a storage area like this. Ooh, let's make it a little bit bigger than that, actually. There we go. Storage like that. And hopefully we'll get... So that will allow me to get enough stuff onto this ship for me to keep the guy alive. Specifically, he'll have a spacesuit, so he should be fine. Then I can start buying all the bits and pieces I need. In the meantime, it'd be rather nice if the foundry could build solar panels. I don't think it can, but I'm going to check. So let's put in another assembly table here. And then when that's placed, we can see if it's actually able to build solar panels. Where is all my stuff? I've put these in the wrong place. Oh, for what? I put them in the wrong place. I want oxygen to go onto there. and a reactor. I don't have a reactor. Never mind. What was it? A loader and an air duct. I don't have those either. There we go. Ah, this is new. This is probably not new, but I've only just noticed it. That you can select different things like that. We can put all these solar panels across. That'd be handy. We'll need those. So we've got the oxygen, that's in here. Water. I wanted to put some water across, but I haven't got any. Pass some food over. I seem to be running rather low on food on the foundry, which is a bit of a concern, given that we're supposed to be just growing it out of nothing. And yes, as I say, I want a crew member and a spacesuit. Right, so stuff is starting to appear over here. I hope I haven't ordered too much. Okay, good. He's put the spacesuit on. Excellent. Well done, you, for not being an idiot. Hello, regular. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Right, that should be enough to get you started. So let's start doing some installations now over here, where I'm going to want to put in an air duct and a loader and a beep. Like so. And we're going to need power on here as well. So now I need to detach from there. Boop, like that. And switch out there. And now I can start buying stuff. So I'm going to need, let's go all the way back up to the top here. I'm going to need a reactor for sort of to get. Actually, no, I'm not. Let's see if I can manage without a reactor. Let us do editor. I don't need the editor yet. Let's start with. Oh, yes, I do. Editor. I need a lot of scaffolding on this ship. So this ship is going to have. Could we symmetrize the other way around? No, apparently not. Oh well. I wanted to do some coming out both sides, but yeah. Anyway, this is fine too. So I'll have that going out to there, that going out to there. Is that the same? I don't know. Worry about it later. Confirm, and then we can install the solar panels. Bip, 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 bip. Cables. In fact, run the cable all the way to the end, like that. And all the. In fact, you know what? Just run it all the way through, one end to the other, like that. That's much better. Same along here, like that. And then in the middle of here, we'll have a vertical part cable that goes like that. Right, guys, come out to start building outside the ship. Excellent. So there we go. He's putting the solar panels in, and that means we can now start putting oxygen into the ship. So that's good. We're going to have some power over here. I still need to buy more solar panels. And we've got there's another 5 available. Excellent. What else does this ship need? I'm not going to put a reactor on it. Battery, probably not. A CO2 scrubber is probably a good idea. And do I want to put a thruster on it? Let's put a couple of thrusters on it. I don't know how important they're going to be, but I'm going to put them on anyway. No, I won't put another docking port on. I don't need a waste treatment machine. I do need an air reprocessor. And that's close to being it. I am going to need the, whatever it's called. There's a zappy thing that sends power over to the other off to the Stargate. But yeah, we'll worry about that in a moment. Okay, so dude over here is doing all of that. Excellent. We need some oxygen over on this ship to actually, get some oxygen into the atmosphere. That's fine. We'll worry about that when the shopping arrives. Here comes the shopping. And so over here, we're going to want a CO2 scrubber and an air reprocessor. And then I can pipe those together. CO2 goes like that. Oxygen goes like that. And power, yes, we need power for these guys, like that. He's still busy doing those bits, but that's fine. When he comes back over, we'll... It won't actually... Oh, I should have bought some oxygen. Let's buy some oxygen. Have some of that. There we go. So that'll keep the ship safe. It'll allow him to live on board it. And as more and more solar panels come in, we can start doing more, fitting more of them. But we'll let him get the oxygen in the ship first, so he doesn't have to hold his breath when he's inside the ship. There we go. Is there magically any more solar available yet? No, not yet. I was going to see if I could make that though, and that will be on the. If I can, that'll be on the foundry. So this will be this guy, and you'll be making. You can make solar panels. Sweet. That's made out of frame, precious metal, and copper. Well, frames are all the way over there, but precious is here, and copper is there. Okay. We can do something with this. Let's put some track. Like this. And then like this. I can't get the frames to here because we don't have a proper Factorio style anything, but you know, it's better than nothing. So dismantle that. And then I'll need to install a piece of track there because for some reason there wasn't one, even though I'm pretty sure I had a full column of them. Right, if you could tidy that up, it'd be appreciated. Maybe you won't. Never mind. There we go. So that's going to then bring two of the things down here. That means I'm going to still need robot arms. So we'll install a short arm of the robot goes there, and a big robot arm goes there, and a storage crate goes there. And another robot arm, short robot arm goes there. Right, power all of this up, cables. So we've got that there and that there. Okay, so that we'll need to bring the frames over from over here, or more likely from this storage box up here. But this will allow us to start making decent quantities of solar panels. Could that precious metal box not be there, please? It's not supposed to be there. Let's put another piece of track in for. Oh, and I forgot to put in a robot arm up here. Install a short robot arm like that. Okay, so that'll. No, not like that. Not like. No. Oh, bother. Not like that. It's this one. Bother. Yeah, okay, that isn't going to work at all because it's actually this that I want. It's the metal from in here, the precious metals from in here that I want down here, not the lenses from in here. And so that's supposed to be passing over to. This, I feel, kind of needs to have a sushi belt carrying all of the metals round. Do you think this is a good point to rebuild it to do a sushi belt? Oh, and there's no time like the present, really, is there? So if we have all three of these feeding onto the same belt, and then just running that down here with everything feeding off it, and then loop it back up again, and then we'll have to put all the metals back in and then get them back out again. I think that's possible. Let's give it a try. This is going to be a bit of a faff, but bear with me and we'll see how it goes. To remove. Wait, no. What am I doing? No, I want that belt to be there. Idiot. Put it back. Right, like that. Then the bottom, we turn it round and bring it back up again, like this. It's this one that needs it's this belt that needs to be dismantled. Like that. And that. And also that. And then, and actually let's take that one out as well. And then what I need to do is have short robot arms. I need to switch over to schematic mode to get these in the right place. Loading, unloading, loading, unloading, loading, unloading, loading, unloading. And I think... oh, I need to put in the belt in again. That should give me a sushi belt. I wonder how many of those pieces of track are going to be missing. We'll find out in a few minutes. In the meantime, let's get rid of this because this is nonsense. Right. Now we are going to have a belt that's very, very full of iron to start with, and probably copper as well. So, but we'll see how we get on with that, and I'll probably put this piece in last-ish, just to get the thing, and then to trigger the thing and get it flowing. Install more track, please. I can't just do a drag and drop, unfortunately, like I would in Factorio. I need to put in. I need to click separately for each piece of rail that I put in. Then it's just long inserters to load everything. Or actually, it could be short. No, it could be short inserters to load everything along here. It kind of doesn't matter. But let's use short inserters for all of these. Install short robot arm. Here and here. These guys don't have power. Okay, let's run power up there as well. I have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but I have a plan. Insert joke about having a plug because it's only part of a plan. Okay, let's turn it on, see what happens. Install another piece of track there. Now I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to be a bit overloaded for a little while because, as I say, there's too much iron on here already. I can't get rid of it at the moment. But as it gets used up, hopefully it'll disappear a bit. Could someone come and put that piece of track in, please? Ah, here it comes. We're still not going to have the frames here, but if this works, then I could do the same thing for over here as well. Right, there we go. So that's flowing. It's putting more iron on. This isn't doing anything. Why not? But yeah, we're getting the preciouses put on there as well. Although not quite as quickly as I'd like because there's a massive flood of copper coming through. And we've got the Tiberium being put on there as well. So this is kind of working, except there's too much iron. So if we could have the other guys take some of that iron off. Let's dismantle that that one because it's not doing anything. On here, short. You're not needed. Up here, we've got a robot arm there. We don't have a robot arm here for some reason, even though I'm sure I told it to put one in. Put that there. There we go. Here. I could have two inserters taking whatever the thing is out and only one putting it on. That would be a little bit better, I think. Then that'd help empty it. I'm making a power ship at the moment, regular. The idea is that this ship down here is going to be filled up with... it's going to have loads and loads of solar panels and is going to provide power to the Stargate. So actually I've bought some more solar panels. Let's see if I can buy any more. Well, okay, there's one available. All right, we'll buy it. And then I shall construction install solar panels. I've got 5. And a 6th one about to arrive, but I was too quick. There it comes. Oh yeah, and thrusters. Let's put the thrusters on. One can go there. One can go there. That's going to give me full maneuvering capabilities, isn't it? We'll see. Don't really care. Oh yeah, it's low on water as well. I should send some of that over. Don't want the guy to get too thirsty. Don't care about that. Don't care about... Oh, no compost on this foundry. Why not? There's loads of compost. Look at all this compost. Don't tell me there's no compost when there's loads of compost. Lies. Oh, no storage for compost. I misread. Oh, and I need to tell this to be storing solar panels, which it won't be able to do probably. No, it won't. That's annoying. Okay, dismantle that and have a storage area for... I can't... The game is rather annoying in that you can't have storage for construction things. I've got a little area up here where that it fills up with all the bits and pieces for making ships from and stuff like that. But if I make that any bigger, then the guys will start unloading things from here, because all of these are shipbuilding components. So I'm a bit limited as to how many solar panels I can have. The answer is one and or sort of two. So yeah, that's a bit irritating. Oh well, we'll deal with that later, I guess. And actually what we'll do is just start transferring them across. So now if I switch over to the new ship, I should now be able to dock this. Ooh, this one's very, very maneuverable. Ha! But only in one direction, because the second thruster hasn't been installed yet. Ah, right. Can we have the... There we go, second thruster installed, please, thank you. Now I can move it up. Hello? Please have some power. There we go. Now I can move it up as well. I don't know if I can pivot it yet, but I can certainly... I can do this much at least, which is all I need at the moment. There we go, so we can put that there. RimWorld multiplayer. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we've got air. We don't have water on the ship. And thanks to the reset play not. Thank you very much. I should better stick some water onto that ship. So from here, logistics, water. Is anything in alphabetical order here? Water. No. So I want one to go onto the new ship, and I want one to come off this one. No, send it over there. Is this temperature? No, the Temptress isn't docked. Okay, forget that. What I actually want to do is, I guess I could buy some water onto this ship, like that, and then we can transfer it over from here onto the other one. Ah, yes, we're now running into the problem where the box is full over here, and therefore it's not unloading anything out of it, but we do have stuff coming around. Okay, so the thing I want to do at the moment is using the logistics. I want to send, from the foundry, I want to send all of these solar panels that I'm making onto this ship. Ah, and if I set a large number here, like 40, then hopefully this guy over here will just keep making them. They'll keep getting unloaded, and we'll keep chucking them through whichever port it is, there, this one down here, to get them onto the new ship. New ship in the meantime. Oh yes, you still need the water. So from foundry, could we send over some water, please? Oh, we've got one water. No, send it all over. That'll be fine. And then yes, basically I'm just going to carry on building up more and more and more solar on this guy. Like that, as it gradually comes over. I'm also going to flip over to the editor and make this ship a bit taller, because this is going to have... No, don't be symmetrical. Make the ship a bit taller like that. And have some floor space inside it, like that. I have upset the I've upset the thruster, which makes sense. I don't know why I've upset the air duct. Why not? That's fine. So we'll dismantle that, and we'll dismantle the air duct and then put it back again. And now I need to send over the... I can't even remember what the thing was called. It was a Stargate zapper of some sort. Not on the list, though. Good. Okay, so we'll go back over to the foundry now and go, where is your... Give me your... Yes, that thing. Okay, so I need to unload it from the table. Okay, then we'll put in a short robot arm here. Just chuck it on the floor. And then we can have energy transmitters and things will start working. I think it's going to need more than one energy transmitter, but I'd quite like to just sort of move the first one over and see how it gets on. So, logistics, energy transmitter is here. I want that to go to the new ship. And the solar panels are presumably still being gradually taken over. Yeah, we've got up to 2 over there at the moment. Okay, that's good. Where is my guy? Where's he gone? He hasn't died, has he? I know there's only half oxygen over here, but he's got a spacesuit. Where is he? Let's send a couple more guys over with spacesuits. New ship. Well, one more spacesuit and 2 more guys. Yeah, it thinks this ship already has a guy on it. There we go, it's 2 more guys, and they're in spacesuits because we don't have enough oxygen. So if you dismantle that, you can do a bit of tidying. I don't know where the other guy's gone. I'm very confused. Did his spacesuit run out of air and he just died in the depths of space? I mean, it's possible. It'd be rather unfortunate if he did, but... Oh, I might need a spacesuit refiller, actually. Let's get one of those. So, Foundry, I would like you to order... Trade... Spacesuit pod, that's the guy. Let's have 2. Let's have 1 of those. We'll confirm that. When it arrives, we can ship that over to the new ship. In the meantime, could you... What's happened here? Oh, he was inside it somehow, trying to dismantle it. Okay, we have broken that. And I honestly don't know how. That should not have broken. The air duct shouldn't have to be... I don't believe the air duct has to be against a wall. Okay, we shall order and... Well, let's send over the... Oh, God, what was it I've just ordered? I've forgotten. I just ordered something for that ship. Oh, it was the spacesuit pods. So we'll send those over. That over, rather. And we'll give them... They don't need a thruster. They do need an oxygen... air duct, that's what it's called. But I don't think I have any. No, I'm going to need to buy that. Okay, that's fine. We can buy an air duct. Air duct, one of those. And you know what? Let's get another docking port as well. And we'll stick that on the other side of the new ship, so we can start ordering stuff in and have it be brought in by shuttle, because this is getting silly. Have you got any more solar panels yet? Oh, we've got a spacesuit pod though. We can put that in. Install. Energy transmitter. Let's put you in. Where do you go? Oh, you go on the outside of the ship. Okay, fine. We'll put you there. And we'll put the thruster up there. And we'll put the spacesuit pod down here to be on the with the oxygen supply. And then we'll go back over to the foundry again. And logistics. And I want to transfer over the... where is it? The air duct, and we're still trying to send oxygen over, and it's just not happening. And the docking port, that was the one. That goes over there. And so does the air duct. So... Yeah, he's down to 53% oxygen left. That's not great. It'd be nice to get this, make this ship safe for human habitation. Docking port, right? We'll put the docking port up here, so we can have shuttles land there to fit things. The air duct can go here, because I don't know why that one doesn't work. It's very strange. And then we'll carry on putting solar panels out as well. Okay, now we can actually order stuff to this ship. So let's get a buttload of oxygen, because I don't want them to. I don't actually want these people to die. That would be unfortunate and very, very sad. I'd have to buy new people. There we go. Big stack of 10. And I need to cable in the this thing. Look at that. So many shuttles buzzing around. Right, so that uses a mega. How is power on this ship? Where's my power? Is that on power grid? 95 megawatts being produced. The Stargate is using 1 megawatt. That seems very, very low. Let's try turning it on. Supplying 93 megawatts out of 1,000. That feels like not quite enough somehow. I think, okay, we're going to need like 10 times as many solar panels as I've got here. Okay, fine. That's something I can deal with. We just need to carry on making them. Are we still making them on the foundry? Right. Okay. There's a guy bringing frames over and feeding them in. Okay. That means I think it is time to start having a dedicated, start having a sushi belt for all of these things. Basically what I've done over here, but over here instead. And this belt is a bit ridiculous and not quite the way I wanted it to be. You know what? As a temporary thing, let's put in an additional storage crate here, like that, with short robot arms to load it, unload it, like that. And that will hopefully allow me to pull some of the iron off it and get things to be a little bit more sensible, because at the moment it's ridiculous. So I want you to store... Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here I don't recognise. That's quite cool. Metal ingots, those guys. And then we're going to need cable down the middle of here, of course. Like that. There's definitely a glitch in this game where it doesn't install all of the things you tell it to. And it might be because I'm clicking and dragging when I'm intending to only click. That is a possibility. That is a problem I do sometimes have. But I do seem to be having a lot of problems here. Alright, so there we go. We're grabbing at least a quantity. We're taking at least some of the iron off. So that's making things a little bit better. And once we get a second arm in there, that should be twice as good. So, next up is this belt over here. So I'm going to need to do exactly the same sort of thing again. I'm going to dismantle anything that looks wrong. So that's a long-handled inserter. I can't tell what's what from this level. Right, do that. Oh, even less can now. Right, okay, that's a long boy. Turn that off again. You're a long one. You're a long one. You're long. You're long. You're even longer. Okay. So now I need to eliminate all of this belt. I missed 2, 3, 5. Bip, bip, bip. Eliminate this rail down here basically so I can turn it round. Also that bit there, and also this one here. Actually, not all of that. Never mind. Right, and then I want to install some track that's going to come down here like this. Yes, this is all very good. So it comes down here like that. Rotate, and goes back up again here. And then comes down here. And I need to do a bit of tidying up there. Like this. Oh, and goes there. Then I also need to... I need to do a bit of tidying up. I need to dismantle that and that. And that and that. There we go. That's got the sort of the main loop. I'm ignoring the gaps. That's my main loop installed. Then I need to install a load of short robot arms. So I need to have one there and 2 there and there. Dismantle that one. Dismantle that one. Dismantle that one. Remantle. Oh, I'm missing there's so many quality of life things that I just take for granted from Factorio that this game doesn't have because it's early alpha and all of that. I have a feeling I've got most of these pointing the wrong way, but I can't tell what's going on underneath everything I've built. So let's put the track back in. and see how things flow. And then work out what glitches need to be fixed from there. So, that is... Oh, there's still gaps in the track. Right. We have... Ta-da! We have a track. We don't have power to lots of inserters. Cable. Yet. So the plan with this is exactly the same as the one over on the other side. We'll pass on... All of this stuff will go onto the belt and be passed around it and be sorted up into the boxes as it goes past. And we should have an array of all the different things passing along the belt down here. And this looks pretty good, actually. We seem to have slightly more motors than I would expect, but basically this is all running quite nicely. I then need to put in some short robot arms along here like this to make sure all of these machines can run. But that's fine. That was an expected adjustment. There we go. Okay, I feel like that's kind of working. I do have a lot of motors on this one though, and some random extra bits of belt like that one that shouldn't be there. So let's install a piece of track here, and that will get rid of these motors. Oh, interesting. Side loading is priority. I have no idea how it prioritizes. Prioritization is weird, apparently. But yeah, if we can get these motors off this track, then that'll tidy them up. We've still got a load of energy coils down the middle of here, but we'll worry about them later. And then that means I can put in another. Oh, I can get rid of that one, that long inserter. And I can put in a short inserter over here, like that. And that will load all the bits and pieces that come along this belt into this assembly machine. And then we should be able to have a guy just standing here essentially all the time, just chucking stuff, just operating the machine. We won't need to hand feed anything. It should all just work and keep throwing solar panels on the floor, which is untidy, yes, but if we can have a functional construction system, that'd be very much appreciated. Oh, and I can dismantle this rail down the middle here as well. There we go. And now we have loads and loads of pieces of rail on the floor because I can't get rid of them, because I can't tidy stuff up for the reasons I've already discussed. But you know what? At least it's a step in the right direction. And we have yes. So we run into a problem with this where these chests fill up. So I guess I need more storage containers down here, but then they'll just fill up. I didn't think this all the way through. I need limits on these guys to tell them not to load these chests up to completely full, because otherwise we'll just get everything on this belt. That said, there is currently a decent amount of everything on the belt, so maybe it's okay. It probably isn't, but at least it's slightly more functional than it was before. Slightly. And we filled this up completely with iron, and this one up completely with iron as well. Okay, it hasn't worked the way I hoped. No, you can't prioritise the storage areas. I mean, you can set them to be for specific things, like this one is for Metreon gas, this is for scrap metal, and so on. But if you have a storage area like this is for shipbuilding components, equipment, I think it calls it. If there is any spare space in these, yes, I think they'll probably tidy up what's on the floor first. But I can't have extra spare for new stuff that's produced, because they will just empty all of these. Certainly empty these machines into the storage areas, which is a bit of a problem and. Yeah, not ideal. Okay, well, I've made things different. I wouldn't like to say whether I've made them better, but I've certainly made them different. And we're making a steady supply of solar panels now, which means I can now go back over to the new ship, where we still have a broken air duct over here for reasons that I don't entirely understand, don't even remotely understand. But we have another 8 solar panels. So I go 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I need to buy a little bit more scaffolding, because I don't think that goes out quite far enough. there we go. Have that bit. Oh yes, there is. Yeah, so yes, there's a priority there. If I go back over to the Foundry, yes, when I select one of these boxes, I can choose whether to prioritize the crate or prioritize zones. But that just determines where things will go first. So in this case, if I had a zone over, if this was half full and I had a zone over here with some robot arms, the robot arms would be moved from the zone into the crate. If they were both half empty and I had the prioritization on zones, then they take them out of here and put them into the zone. So yes, you can do it to that extent, but you can't say only use the zone for. You can't say don't take things out of the crates or the machines to go into the zones, as far as I'm aware. It's possible that I'm wrong about some of these things, but I don't think that's possible. Which is why I now have all this track just lying on the floor here, because the box that stores the track up here is completely full because it's been being filled up, and so there's nowhere to put it. Now, I could put down another box to store track, and then they'd pick it up off the floor and put it into there, and that would solve the problem. But then they'd probably fill it up by taking it out of this machine and putting it into the box, which is a sort of sensible thing to do, but only sort of, and not at the moment. So, yeah, not ideal. Also, we've got this chap running around, bringing frames over to the assembly table by hand, even though they're flowing past on a belt here. So I guess this doesn't have. I can't see what's in this machine. I think these things might grey out when there's insufficient of them, but we're not having. We don't seem to have them being loaded in, so you've got a bit of spare. It just uses them all up and then goes, right, we've done that, now what? Let's make another one. Oh, we don't have any of the bits. Do they grey out? They don't seem to grey out. Oh, it's put in a frame this time. But he's wandered off now. And we have to wait for... Oh, I don't know. I have to admit, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, he wanders off because it doesn't load up enough to make a second set of... a second item. It just fills up to enough to make one, which is also a little bit problematic. Still, it's working. It's not working well, but it is working. And I think, yeah, with the sushi belts are probably slightly better than the system I had before, because at least with this I can get everything to all the things to all of the machines. Whereas before it was, yeah, it wasn't possible. All right, I'm going to need more pieces of scaffold. So how big is this? Because this came out being actually now I need it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 9 is presumably there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 7, 9. Ah, there we go. So that's going to give me more framework to put the scaffolding on. Put these solar panels on, and I could just make it a solid scaffolding all the way up the sides. That would work just as well. But there's something pleasing. There's something quite nice about having these arms sticking out with solar panels on them, I think. It feels a bit like a real space station. Now, I could lose a load of the scaffolding up the middle of here as well and just have a couple of pieces going out in a single line. But no, I'm okay with this. And I am going to completely cover it with solar panels eventually. We've done that. No, T was not the button I meant to press. Probably escape was. Yes, there we go. What is going on here? Have I not put the pipes in? I have not put the pipes in. There we go. Ooh, this guy's really running out of oxygen. However, we are now blowing actual oxygen back into the ship. So that's good. Oh, did I link the spacesuit pod up? Not cables, pipes. No, I did not. Oh, no, not that one. There we go. So do that. I may need to put more of these things in. We'll see. He's investigating it. Maybe he's filling his suit back up again. I can't tell. But yeah, the ship is nearly full of oxygen now, so that's really good. That's what we want to see. Are you topping up? I want to believe you are. Okay, so he's happy to take his suit off now. Has he taken his suit off? Do I need to put in more suit pod things? I think I probably do. Let's buy some more spacesuit pods. Mostly because I'm not sure what's actually needed for this. However, what I do know is that I can carry on installing solar panels. I've got 9 of them now. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I get power? Yes. 8, 9. Stuff gets hidden behind other machines sometimes, which is a little bit annoying. Where are you? Oh, I see. We bought some stuff. Fine. What did I buy? Oh, spacesuit pods. Right, let's install those. Spacesuit pods can go there and there, and then I can pipe them in like that. And hopefully, with these, we can keep the spacesuits topped up and keep everybody alive. That would be nice. Oh, and I need a cable for that thruster up there. I'm not quite sure how the thrusters work on electricity alone, but you know what? Let's not worry about that too much. Gas collector has run out of storage for fuel. Nice. I mean, that's a good thing, really. There we go. Yeah, run out of storage space for fuel. It's quite right. Oh, and seeds as well, because we seem to put... Oh, we filled that up with... Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. It just means we can now let these tanks fill up a bit. Oh, and they already have. In that case, let's dump all of this fuel onto the other ship. So logistics, gas collector, fuel... Give all of this to the foundry. Maybe minus a couple. Like that. Chuck all of that through. And then we can store it all over here and shove it onto other ships when they need it. That sort of thing. So that's working well. New ship is gradually being built up. I'm impressed they can get in through the docking port even though there's a ship docked there. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. Right, so that's... Now, how much power have I got now? Power grid is 170 megawatts. And I can't remember how many megawatts we wanted. Let's turn it on, see what happens. Oh, 1,000 megawatts. Okay, so we're managing to supply 160 now. And that causes everything here to run out of power. We need to get up to 1,000. 160, 100... It's showing 180 at the moment. And I suppose I could put in an enormous quantity of reactors and just keep plugging fuel in from this ship, but that feels wasteful when I could just build an enormous quantity of solar panels. And by enormous quantity, I'm going to need like almost more than 5 times, about 6 or 7 times the amount I've got at the moment. So I think I might have to extend the ship even further. But we are essentially making all that stuff for free because the foundry is, I want to say, churning out the. They brought a frame over by hand. The foundry is essentially churning out the solar panels for free. Just very, very slowly because people are stupid. Let's put in another assembly table because at the moment I need an enormous quantity of solar panels and this is too slow. So put that there and then a long robot arm goes there and a short robot arm goes there and there. And then I cabled all the stuff together. Boom. 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 We can make them twice as quickly now. Or hopefully we can make them twice as quickly. With half as much stupidity. Solar panels. Go. And then this will just chuck them on the floor. And we'll carry on passing them through. So logistics-wise, I mean, we've sent like 40 solar panels through already. We're going to need to send a lot more than that. Oh, that was the wrong button to press. That's the right button to press. Let's try and send another 100 through. So we'll just keep making them. We'll keep chucking them through. There we go. See, the inserter is working. The system kind of works. And we can grab all kinds of bits and pieces off there. We've got rather a lot of lenses on here which aren't getting used up because I can't remember what they go into, but whatever it is, we're not making them at the moment. Oh, maybe it was the energy transmitters. They were using lenses. But anyway, not too much of a problem. And people take funny routes to get to places as well. Yeah. Whatever. It's kind of working. It's kind of ticking over. Back on the new ship. How many have we got? Another 6. All right. And I feel like I might as well just keep installing them. Get my nice, healthy ranks of solar panels built up. I don't think these numbers are right. I've got this. I mean, this is fine, but the next one isn't going to fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Somehow I've got my numbers wrong here. So let's increase the scaffolding to there. Then we've got a gap here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that makes a kind of sense. I've extended this one by 2, and therefore this one is now too close. So can I? Yeah, I can remove that. No, I can't. Where is just nothing? Oh, erase. There it is. Get rid of that. And then draw scaffold in like that. Actually, I think I'm going to need 4 like that. Confirm. It's only 4,000 to put all of that in. The scaffolding is nice and cheap at least, so I don't feel too bad about putting loads in like this. And this. And then erasing some across here. Right. That's the first one of the second. First 2 of the second tier. That's coming together. Coming together kind of okayly. So I'll keep working on this until this gets up to over 1,000. Then we can try turning the thing on again and see what happens. But in the meantime, it's just a case of wait for all the stuff to be brought in. Yeah, the suits all look like they've got decent amounts of air left in them. That's pretty good. Okay, what should I do in the meantime? Can I look at the next phase of the Stargate? No, that's still locked. Can I? I mean, I could do some. I could switch back over to the Procyon. I could do some normal contract missions, like going to rescue some civilians from a wrecked ship, or getting some critical weird minerals. I might be able to just do that and sell some Tiberium. To be honest, passenger transport request, yeah. Deliver cargo. I should see where if any of these all need to go to the same place. That's going to 11. That's 10. That's 11. So yeah, we'll accept that one and we'll accept that one because they're going to the same place. That one's going to. That's one I've already accepted. That's in 9, 8, 4, 3, 10. Okay, so all the rest are in different places, but I mean, I could just grab them all anyway, I suppose. Let's just grab all the passenger ones. That's 8 and 4. There we go. So we can fill up with people and cargo, and then head off to 11 and dump all that stuff. Just need to wait for everything to be brought onto the ship and loaded up appropriately. That's a lot of people. They are just everywhere. 6, 7, 8. There we go. That's that one. Could all the people please just go and hide in the habitation deck rather than standing around getting in the way of the crew? That'd be nice. You're not supposed to just stand around like this, guys. We have passenger cabins for a reason. Okay, and here's the next one. So where are we going to first? Let's at least start planning our navigation. So we want to go to 11 first. That's for the delivery. Actually, let's go here first. I don't expect there to be any violence on this mission. This should be a nice easy run. So I'm not going to take the Temptress with us. I don't think we need the additional firepower. We just do overshoot a little bit and jump. And this will allow me to collect some more hyperspace juice as well, which is apparently a thing that is very, very valuable and good to have. So we go over here and bing. These missions are somewhat trivial, I will admit, because you don't even have to go and dock with the ship that they want to go and get onto. You just have to fly to the right system. And if I had to then come in and then maybe dock with this, especially as it's rotating, that would be challenging. If I had to come over here and do something. Basically what I'm trying to say is the cargo and passenger delivery missions are a little bit on the simplistic side. But maybe that's why they're only worth a sort of 150,000 for one of these. Bing, just like that. And then I can sector map, I can jump over to here. Or maybe it's because I've got a certain distance into the game that they seem trivial. Or maybe it's because, again, the game is still alpha and they're going to upgrade lots of these things a bit more when they make the game a bit more thoroughly. This is a much longer jump, so that means more hyperspace juice. So that's nice. There we go, another bottle of it. We'll unload that, I guess, when we get back to the other ship. Yeah, they to be honest, they are. Maybe you need transport missions to places where there might be pirates, or you need transport missions that they need you to do something other than just jump into the system. Because yes, they are a bit trivial. You just jump in and here you go, here's everything. As long as you don't run out of FTL fuel, you're basically laughing. And you can just buy FTL fuel almost anywhere. So much stuff. I could buy 27 FTL charges from this system. So again, it's not enormously challenging. I feel that transport missions need to have a little bit more to them. Or maybe you need to add in trade missions where you can do arbitrage, so you can buy cheap and sell expensive. Well, you don't really get to do that in this game. Okay, we'll take these since we're going there anyway. I should have checked in the other system we're in. Is anything going to NG0? NGO 6, 6, 14, 8, 10. Alright, we'll take these two because they're both 6 as well. There we go. You think I failed one? I don't think so. No, I passed these two. I don't think I failed any of them. It is possible I jumped out before everyone got off the ship or something like that, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Oh, failed one last week. Oh yes. Oh, sorry. Right. Yes, I didn't go quite far enough back. Yes, one of the ones from rescuing from hostiles. Yes, you're right. I did fail that because the hostiles managed to kill destroy the ship I was sent in to rescue people from. Yes, you're quite right. No, I've never played Ivorian. I played a number of years ago. I played quite a lot of. There's a Privateer remake, or Privateer 2 remake. There was again in sort of it was a fan project using the Vega Strike engine, and that was quite fun. It sort of tickled the space trucking appeal side of my brain, I guess. So I quite enjoyed that. It was a bit more in depth than this, in that it was a full sort of 3D elite style game, and it required you to actually dock with It required you to go in and dock with the station in the place you went to. You could do arbitrage, so you could go to a farming planet and buy food, take it to a tech planet where you sell it and you buy equipment, and then you take the equipment back to the farming planet, and you could go back and forth like that, making money in hand over fist. And then you could get onto more missions that were a bit more lucrative as well. There were plot missions in there that I never got all that far into because I don't remember whether that was just because I was a bit rubbish and just got into the space truck inside of it, or whether it's because it wasn't quite finished because fan projects, they're always a bit alpha-y. But yeah, it was quite fun to play, and that had various pirates and enemies sort of floating around in the area as well. So you had to make sure your ship was well enough armed if you're going to certain places that you'd be able to defend yourself against whatever happened. So yeah, it was interesting. Okay, Ivorian sounds it does sound quite good. Sounds like a sort of a more, perhaps a bit like this, but maybe a bit more 3D and possibly more in depth. I don't know. Usual alpha disclaimers apply, of course. Ding and Come on, keep unloading, guys. I think I don't have enough storage close to the docking port in this ship, so when this area fills up, it takes a little while for everything to be brought in from wherever else it's been scattered around the ship. Any more contracts that are going to? Okay, that one's going to a place that I'm already going, so we'll grab that. 8, 7. Urgent one requires me to get there quickly to 8 and 7. No, that's probably enough of this. Actually, I was going to say we'll head back over to the other ship and see how that's getting on. But I don't have to fly back to it. I can just flick over like this and then start doing some installation of some more solar panels. 19 of them now. I would really like to be able to click and drag, but that is not a thing. Oh, I could have flipped the other ones the other way up, perhaps, and they'd been fitted in slightly. Wouldn't need quite so much scaffold. No, not there. There. How am I doing? 2 more. 1, 0. And then we'll cable these in as well, because otherwise they won't work. Like that, and that, and that. And over here as well, I might as well do these ones. Zoop. Zoop. This has the standard Factorio style cables that can carry infinite amounts of power. Conveniently, otherwise I'd have to, I don't know, run multiple cables across here, I guess. See. Yeah, it sounds potentially interesting. Unfortunately, I have quite a long list of games that I would like to play. And I just don't have time to, really. The whole streaming lark, it does mean that most things you playing games becomes a much slower and more time-consuming process. Partly because I spend a lot of time making videos, and also and sort of doing sort of stream admin and stuff like that. But also because if I want to play a game on stream, then I'm restricted to playing it 4 hours a week or possibly 8 hours a week if it's something I'm really excited about. So it's very much it has to fit into those convenient slots, and that means I don't play enormous amounts of it. Or I could play it and not stream it, I suppose, and just squeeze it in whenever I have a bit of time. But I don't seem to be very good at getting round to that for some reason. So yeah, so I don't tend to do much gaming apart from what you guys all watch, I'm afraid. Here comes the shuttle. Now just watch how much stuff gets crammed into the shuttle from these three missions. So all of these boxes are going to go in there. All of these people, 78 people and 64 boxes of cargo. Yeah, I feel like possibly more shuttles. Maybe it should be 1 shuttle per mission I'm completing, but never mind. It's a little bit silly when you buy an enormous amount of stuff and 1 little shuttle delivers enough stuff to outfit an entire spaceship, including some of these engines that are each one of these engines is basically the size of the shuttle, and yet they still fit in one of these boxes as well. So, oh well, never mind. It's a game. Don't be pedantic, Laurence. I can't help it. I'm just naturally pedantic, but I should try not to be. Okay, what's this box? Oh, that's ammunition. Good. Anything interesting over here for contracts-wise? There's a load more delivery missions. Production as well. I could sell off a load of my copper. 10 coppers. It's only 20 grand. It's barely worth it. Why are you greyed out? Logistics rating of 6. Why? Why has this mission got a difficulty rating of 8? Exactly, regular. It's this sort of the and no god. Yes, it's a sort of it's a computer game. I will accept a certain amount of vagaries, shall we say, in the way the system works. That's fine. This one has a difficulty rating of 4. This one's also a 4. This transport request is a 1. This one's a 1. This one's 1. This is a 1. Why are these transport difficult? It requires me to have an engine. So that's well. That is the first challenge. Alright, let's go back to 7. Sure, why not? Just flit around a little bit while we're waiting for the production to keep happening. While we're waiting for all that to load up, let's have a look. How many have we got? Have we got some more solar panels? We have got another 5. Why are there gaps? What's happened up here? Oh, they were on their way to do them. Okay, my bad. I was just being impatient, and my guys aren't capable of fitting them as fast as they're being made. Which is kind of awesome, but also mildly problematic. Maybe I need more guys on this ship. Or maybe they were refilling their spacesuits with air. If so, I completely understand and sympathise. That's a good thing to be doing. Where's Chap 3? I'm sure I was supposed to have 3 chaps on this ship. He's not hiding in a spacesuit. I definitely had 3 guys on this ship earlier. Is he still trying to dismantle that? No. I don't know. I don't know where he's gone. Sector 11, a hostile sector. That's a possibility. There is a hostile sector. Sector 11 is not it. It's also... I don't know if it's really close or not, actually. I've lost track of where my ship is. This is 6. Are you full yet? Oh, I'm... right, we have a time limit. Which one's that? 7. Let's go to 7 quickly. Maybe it's because it's a long way. I don't know. I thought that bink, bink, bink noise was people getting onto the ship, not saying, oh, by the way, you're running out of time. Oh, well. And jump. Whoosh. Here we are. Have the stuff. Ooh. Have all the stuff. Actually, I should have only done this one rather than doing this one because I've only got 95 seconds left to do it. But I think that's probably going to be enough. Oh, this is that. I'm back home. This is the new ship that is stuck with having kidnapped that shuttle. It's a good thing there doesn't seem to be a limited number of shuttles available in the game in any given system. That could be problematic. Okay, so all those people got off. And actually, that's the people. The people can deal with themselves. We don't need crewmen to unload unload passengers. 25, 26, 27, 28. There we go. So we get 38,000 for that one. The hurry up one gave me an extra 5,000, although it was less items. So. But interesting that there's not much of a difference in the reward between the one that had a time limit and the one that didn't, which seems a little cheeky. Oh well, never mind. How are you getting on? They're all flitting out there trying to fit stuff. Okay, got another 3. Okay, the fitters are actually catching up. That's good. I think I put that one in upside down. Yep, I put that one in, or rather, I put these 3 upside down. Let's cancel those and put them in the other way up. So otherwise, my red lines won't line up properly, and I'll put the cable in across here instead of there. I guess it's to put some variety into the game, but still, yeah, it's a little rude to say to not give it additional rewards to making you hurry up. I'll dismantle that one because it's the wrong way up, I think. Or is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. It was right. That's fine. Okay, how much power have we got now? We've got 350 megawatts. So that's about a third of what I need. So I'm going to need to extend the ship about as far again. I need it to be about twice the size it is at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 is a third. So yeah. So it just basically needs to be twice as big. Okay, that's fine. So we'll dismantle that and that. And when they have been dismantled, we shall go into the editor and put in some more hull. It doesn't need to be quite this big, but I feel that the size and shape of the ship is adequate and feels sort of kind of nice. I'm also assuming I've got the same number on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this side is significantly bigger. Let's put in an additional 2. I can't see where my scaffolding is. And they are 4 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to do this. Oh, that's what I'm on erase, not draw. Let's try that again with less fail. Scaffolding, draw. Let's just cover the everywhere in scaffolding. I don't care. So it's meant to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I suppose actually I should cover this area as well. And come to think of it, I don't actually need to extend the hull. I could just extend the scaffolding, like that. And that. Oh, there's a symmetry button at the top as well. Sweet, I hadn't noticed that. There we go, mere 154,000 space bucks of scaffolding. But there we go. Now it's going to be big enough to completely cover the... Can we have some there as well, please? Thank you. What? Why is this... What's going on in here? Okay. Just completely cover it. Right, so that's now fine. We've done that. We've got all the scaffolding. We just need to fill it up with solar, and we'll probably have... Maybe have enough to get to build everything with. So actually, having just taken the that thruster and docking port out, I'm going to put them back in again because I'm bad at planning. Or rather, I change my mind all the time. Hello, Astrid. Welcome. All right, let's put some more solar in down here. I don't know which way up you need to be. Okay, this way. Oh, the red lines are in the middle. It's just the where the power connects that's off-center because they are an even number wide. Welcome to Laurence. Very gradually builds an enormous solar array because it is very, very gradual. Because building the parts for this is taking a long time because the game is a little bit stupid. But oh well. And also, the two guys doing the construction are fine. The problem factor is over here where we're making them, and my sushi belts are... I think my sushi belts are confusing the game a little bit. Also, I seem to have got all of the iron off them. I think I need to... I'm going to sell some... This is problematic. I can't... The annoying thing is I can't think of a better way to do this due to the limitations of the game. It has to be a sushi belt because you can't cross the belts over. It has to be... So when you have something random that requires 3 different items from both sides, or even worse, this one, which required 4 different things, or all 4 of the things that are being made up here, you either do some sort of horrendous spaghetti that's beyond even my spaghetting, or I don't even know what you'd do. Couple. What was the other one? What's the green stuff called? Trillium. It's not something like Tillium, though. Tillium crystals. Oh, no, I was going to say I could turn off crew unloading on the crates, but that wouldn't actually help. And short robot arms. I want to load, unload, unload. And can I power them up? And then I can power them all up like that. Yeah, so this arm is trying to unload this iron ingot onto the belt, but the belt is full, which is sort of the point. It's meant that's the kind of the hope. Could you? I've got, yeah. There we go. I had a pop up. I was trying to deal with it. Back over here. Right. Yeah. So there we go. We can thin out the excess stuff on the belt a little bit with all these arms. Oh, and I made it go fast. Oh, that's the point. I could just make it go fast while I'm waiting for all the solar panels to be made. I should probably do that. And actually, we seem to have... Oh, it's because we didn't have any iron on the belt because it had overflowed with the other things. And now we're cooking up more. So yeah, what I want to do is limit these inserters to only run when these boxes are under 75% full. But the problem is we have the system over here where it loads onto the belt here, and then they get round. They can't be put back into the boxes because the boxes have been refilled from the ores, and then it's just problematic, and everything is sadness. He says rather over dramatically. Yeah, we've got too many things on this belt again here. Although it's quite bunched up. Let's take that out. So, or sort of not bunched up, rather. See, there you go. Well, okay, it didn't compress quite as far as I hoped it would. Let's put a piece of trap back in again. Yeah, it sort of works. I don't know. Maybe the answer is just to have loads and loads of crewmen on the job and just run it on manpower rather than belt power. I don't mind the sushi belts being I don't mind the sushi belts having stuff on that doesn't get used. The problem is that when the stuff that isn't getting used gets back round to the chests over here, it doesn't get unloaded because the chests are full. So you see this copper chest here is completely full, and that means when the copper comes back, it won't get put into here, but this is still going to try and unload onto the belt. So yes, then we end up with too much copper on it. If there was a bit of headroom in these in the chests, then it'd be okay, because we'd always be able to take it off the belt here, put it into the chest, and then get some more out. And with my like with my science one in the space age run, there was a chest there that always had room in it to empty whatever came back round the sushi system and came back out again. This doesn't have that because I can't stop the chest from filling up, except for that one, which seems to be very empty for some reason. I don't entirely understand. Oh, we've run out of iron ore. That's why. However, there's quite a lot in this chest down here, so we aren't actually in a problem. We don't have problems yet. But yeah, I'm missing a lot of the useful features that the quality of life features and just general functionality features that Factorio has. And I'd like to have a load of those available, but I don't. So, yeah. Oops. But yeah, as I keep saying, I am fully aware that this is still an alpha game, and therefore me being rude about it missing features that have been that's at Factorio, which is a fully released game and a sort of a special case as far as game development goes as well, is a little bit rude. So I'm not going to talk about that too much. Undergroundless belt crossings would be interesting. If you've got some good ideas, I'd be interested to see what you've come up with. And I suppose I could wrap all of the belts around these things and have... Yeah, there may be something I could come up with where you just have the belts going around the outside of the machines, but that'll take up so much space. There were one or two cases previously where I'd have one of the inserters a bit further out, or a long inserter a step further out, and then I'd loop the near belt round the back of it, and that allows you to have 3 items going past. But we've got 4 items coming through here. We've got 4 types of metal. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we've got 4 types of metal. And we've got 4 types of intermediate. And then there are a few things like the solar panels that take an intermediate and a metal. So you need to be able to get at both of the things for that. So it's, yeah, getting it to do everything. Getting everything into the right places is rather complex. And my brain melted and I wasn't able to come up with anything better. The sushi belt system, as I say, should work and would work if I could prevent it from overloading on, if I could prevent the chest from filling up from the supply, but unfortunately I don't seem to be able to do that. Still, it's kind of working, and if I make speed run at 10 times, then we'll hopefully have a load of solar panels out and available fairly quickly. So let's go back over to the... The computer is struggling a little bit with running the game at 10 times speed, which is fair enough. I can understand that might be a little bit tricky. Place it there. Oh, it's too close to the thingy. Transmitter, power transmitter. That's fair enough. I'll just start from out here then. Yes, the game is really struggling to run properly at this speed. Let's drop down to a mere 5 times. Is that 5 times? 5 times. Okay, 5 times is reasonably smooth. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. And we're now up to, drumroll, 440 megawatts. Okay, so that's nearly halfway. This is going to be a big job. Unfortunately, as I was saying earlier, I've got to a point where I've run out of plot-based missions. So all I can really do at this stage is try and carry on building up my building up this essentially. Which is a little bit of a shame because it's not the most exciting thing. Which is why I was looking at some of the other contracts that were available, but none of these are particularly exciting either. I could go off and see if there's any fights to pick. Where's the Procyon? There's the Procyon. Go down to normal speed again. Contracts. We have... Nope, no fighting required. There's rescue civilians from a wrecked ship. Let's take on a couple. Let's take on one of those. That's always a little bit more interesting. Rescue. Go over here. And hopefully this one won't be a rescue from pirates. This will be just a fly off and rescue them because they've broken their ship or something. Oh, tech left to research. That's a good point. No, I have done all of the research, sadly. So can't even do that. I should probably dismantle my science area and sack all my scientists. Right, where's the ship? There's the ship. Follow that ship. Zoom. Certain values of zoom. It's going fairly quickly. They seem to have beaten up a pirate vessel. That's quite impressive. Let's try and get parallel to them. Then I can try and catch up. And then try and slow down, match speed, and manoeuvre in. Okay, 25. That's good. I'll take the 25% extra pay and deal with the moving because at least that's interesting. Here I come. Right, now let's try and match speed. It's pretty close, actually. I remember the X-Wing games had an automatically match speed with the craft you've got targeted function. That'd be quite useful. It would be far too easy, but it was very useful in X-Wing because it meant when you were following an enemy ship and you were in a much faster craft fighter than they were, you could match speeds with them and just sit on their tail very easily, which is quite... Oh, I drifted back. No, not going quite fast enough. There we go. Now we can load people on board. It's a rescue, and then Yes, their reactors appear to be in trouble. I wonder if there's a time limit before this thing blows. Hooray! There we go. Undock. Let it fly away. Right, so I'm going to go over and investigate this pirate ship. See if there's anything worth... Oh, it seems to have despawned. Or at least his name has despawned. I'm going to go over and find out if there's anything worth stealing from it. I mean, salvaging. Salvaging is a good word. Yes, we like the word salvage. It sounds much better than steal. Is there anything over here? There's some dead bots and some dead people. I don't think there's any actual salvage, unfortunately. Boo. What was that? Nope, just more dead bots. Where was the other wreckage? I think it's despawned. That's annoying. Maybe I should have gone after the wreckage before the people. Then they probably all have died and it'd been very sad. Back we go. Bing. So yeah, that was a thing. Turn in contract. That's a cool ship. I like the sort of the rotational design. And how you doing? Any more for me to install? 12 more solar panels. Lovely. So they are, I mean, to be fair, they're coming through pretty thick and fast. They are being made at a decent rate. It's just that we need, I don't know how many. I haven't even counted how many I'm putting in. So these rows, I reckon, were 11 long, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 66 on this side, 44 almost on this side. So we're looking at about 110. So I think we're looking at at least 200 solar panels. Yeah, 250 solar panels. No wonder it's taking a while. Can I buy some? I can buy 3. Great. Well, let's just do that. I mean, I'm not short of cash. Let's just keep buying things as much as I realistically can. How did that do? How much money did we get from 146 grand? That's not too bad. Huh. We could sell some Tilium crystals. Switch over to the foundry again. From here, let us do a contract. You want some Tilium? Okay, let's do that. There we go. That was easy. 80 Tilium ore and 140. No, I don't know if I've got enough Tilium ore for that. I might have actually. Oh no, I'm down to 7. It's only copper that I have a stupid amount of, and apparently there are some solar panels on the belt going around here. Oh, why? How do I get them off the belt? Those are useful things. They're not meant. Why are they even on this belt? What's going on? Why are there solar panels on the belt over here? That's ridiculous. Let's try and get them off. Okay, well, let's not break it there. Let's break it here. And then I can, I guess, dismantle it underneath the... Yeah, there we go. So dismantle underneath that. And that. And one of those. I don't know. Hopefully that'll lead to people taking away the solar panels that are now randomly lying on the floor. I said, hopefully that'll lead to people taking away the solar panels that are... Ah, there we go. There's one of them being taken away. Cool. So that's kind of worked. Oh, gas collector's full of fuel again. That's impressive. We're really... That stuff's really coming in hand over fist. That's I approve of that. Now let's fix this belt. And see if that's got rid of all the solar panels that were on the belt for no apparent reason. I think it has. Yeah, that's better. Now it's just copper. Yeah, I was worried about that regular that we'd end up with. Oh, a smart inserter would have been a good call. Yes, I should have done that. I don't know. I'll probably find the smart inserter isn't smart enough because they don't count as a thing that can be put into a box, or I don't know. I just have this feeling that it would find an excuse somehow. Probably because I'm a pessimist, or a cynic, or something like that. There's too many of these lenses as well on the belt over here. But as usual, the box up here is full, so we can't get them off to put them back on again. Yeah. And if I put in another box, then it would just fill up from... We just make more of them, and that would fill up as well. So it's a bit of a insurmountable problem at the moment, annoyingly. But I've ranted about that quite enough already. Ooh, 11. We have been busy. That's nearly enough for a whole row. Well, it is enough for a whole row, but I had to put one in over here as well. I feel like I need another docking port over here to allow them to have quicker access to the to the outside, to where the building work is going on, or maybe a storage area up here by these doors. In fact, maybe that's the answer. There's an option somewhere, I think, for stuff that's for building. Stargate frame, not mission cargo. I think there's an option somewhere for, maybe it's just any equipment. It's equipment probably. What does that one say? That says cargo, right? So I've put in an equipment one up here. Yeah. So they should get moved up here now. Although I would need some more. Let's send some more crew over, I think. I don't think there's a lot of people just standing around on this ship. We don't need this many guys on this ship. So let's send some of them over to the new ship. Like that. And I suppose we could send over a couple of spacesuits as well. So I have some guys over here who are just whose job it is just to move stuff around, and some who will go out and actually fit the solar panels. It's funny, they all go in through the top door and then go out through the bottom door. There's a sort of a one-way system in action around here. Okay, this requires... No, I'm going to keep them this way up, because otherwise my brain will melt. There we go. Oh, I think we've run... Yes, we've run out of iron now, so it's time to take this ship off and go looking for an iron patch. Not M. D. Right, so let's see. Copper, copper, copper. Metallics. Boom, go here. And we'll fly over with all these other ships attached because we can. And you know what, the gas collector, we apparently need to unload a load more fuel. So let's do a little bit of logistic dumping. And we'll get rid of all of the fuel. Fuel, here we go. All that can go over to here. I suppose then we should probably then bring the Procyon over and get that to get some fuel from here as well, and probably the Temptress as well. Get them to all transfer fuel through from the gas collector, or rather via the foundry, and just get them all stocked up. Because we do get through quite a lot of fuel, so having a ship, basically making this fuel ourselves on the gas collector is a really good idea, because it'll save a load of money. Yes, I know we've got silly amounts of money already, but still, saving money is always a worthwhile effort. Where are they going? No, don't go and get more copper ore. We don't need more copper. Oh, for goodness sake. Don't need even more copper. Bad drones. Okay, they're all going to try and fire at mineral patch. Ooh. Oh, actually, can we put them all back onto auto? They weren't... Oh no, there's two firing at the precious. I don't want to fire at the precious. Actually, maybe I'd do a little bit. Are we going to stop? Stop. It's a little bit too close. There we go. Pull down a little bit, then maybe those will flick over to attacking the metallic mineral patch. Because metallics we want at the moment. Come on. Nope, they don't want to. Alright. You. Fire at that one. How do I tell which one is firing at where? So I want them all to go at this one. Oh, okay, they do. It does show me when I mouse over. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that'll get me a load more iron ore, except we are stuffed with copper once again. You know, there's a way to deal with this, and it's to sell some of it. What, was there only 5 stacks of copper minerals? We'll sell them, but no, this box is full of copper minerals. That's weird. I mean, we've got... presumably, I've just sold the stuff that's lying around on the floor, rather than what's in the... Oh, we are cooking the copper, at least. So it could be worse. Oh, we could sell some copper ingots, I guess. That'd be a good way to deal with some stuff. Get rid of some stuff. We do seem to be... Oh, I see. We're yes, we are bringing in the iron ore, but we're bringing it in by hand rather than by rather than bringing it in by belt, because the belts are full and. But this is running. So I don't know. It's just a bit of a mess and isn't working as well as it should. We do seem to be, at least, even if we are hand feeding at the moment, at least that does mean we are getting. I was going to say, at least it means we're getting some of the copper running, the iron processing again. But that's actually not that helpful. Maybe I need to sell a load more copper. Still 10 copper. See where that comes from. Because we've got 70 stacks of it in here. And yet it's not being, and we've got another 70 down, virtually 70 down here. I think a stack is more than one, yes. I'm not sure exactly how many a stack is, but oh, none of that's what is going on here? What are you guys doing? We're supposed to be selling this, not buying it. Let's put in some more equipment storage here. Maybe that'll allow us to sort things out a little bit. I don't know, but then they're just going to grab all these boxes from down here, and probably some from on the assembly tables as well. Even worse. But at least some of the stuff. Oh. Why is copper being delivered? Did I... Oh. I think I bought by mistake instead of sold. Ah. Idiot. Yes, I did. There we go. That's why it didn't work. Because I was trying to... buy it instead of... I was buying it instead of selling it because I was pressing the wrong button. Okay. Now I feel silly. But that is going. But now I've worked it out. Now we can actually start pulling it out of the boxes, and we'll sell it. There we go. Okay, there's stacks of 20. Okay, that's each one of these is stacks of 20. So probably that sort of makes sense. Fits my limited understandings. And I think the bots gather up to a stack of, well, I'm not sure a stack of what, probably a stack of 20 as well. There we go. So now we're starting to get some gaps in the copper coming around here, which means we're starting to be able to put the iron onto the belts. And that means we can then pass that around. And also, we can cook, there's hopefully some gaps. Well, no, we still need to sell more copper minerals. Let's sell some more copper minerals, because I just can't even. I'm going to regret this later when I have a shortage of copper, but... just frustrating. Oh, and of course, because all my guys are now busy carrying copper to throw it out into, put it out onto this shuttle over here, it means that we're not actually making any solar panels at the moment. And also, I don't have quite as many crewmen on the ships I used to, because I've moved some of them over onto here. Speaking of over here, do we have any solar panels? We've got a few up there, actually. Another 9. Okay, so we're going to finish this row off. There we go. So it is progress. And now having a load more guys to actually do the building work, things are going a bit quicker. Why have we got another shuttle coming out? Oh, it's delivering fuel probably to the Procyon. Yeah, fuel, which we're not supposed to be doing. The reason I came over here previously is because I want the Temptress to fly in and dock with. Oh, okay, I can't dock here at the moment because there's a shuttle there. I can sort of start moving over that way though. This is a nice manoeuvrable ship, I approve. So I can park this about here, and then when the shuttle clears off, we can dock and we can dock with it. In fact, in the meantime, we can bring the Procyon over and we can actually dock that one. This is a much less manoeuvrable ship. It clearly needs more thrusters. To be honest, it's not that great a design of ship. There's a lot of wasted space in the Procyon, and it's a difficult shape to build onto. It does have lots of doors in it, and I assume that's because at some point they plan to put a system into the game where you can have hull breaches and things like that. So if you have just one absolute open enormous ship like the Foundry, it's going to be in trouble. It's going to lose a lot of oxygen, and you're going to have crewmen having oxygen issues. Whereas if it's split up like the Procyon is, then you'll only lose the air out of one section, and you can then get the bots to repair it or something like that. Oh, there we go. It is left, so I can now bring the Temptress in a little bit closer like that. And then I can do a logistics, and I can select the Foundry, and I can say we want... Why is that taking so long to get over? I don't know. Probably because it's blocked up. Then I can say I want to transfer onto the... what's this? This is the Temptress. I want to send over like 30, because then I can pass 50. And then from the Temptress, I want to send 15 of those onto the Procyon. Let's put those numbers up a little bit. Oh, no, that one. There we go. So should end up with an extra 20 on each one. There you go. So it's being passed through now, in one side, out the other, which is a little bit silly, but never mind. Where do we keep fuel on this ship? Where do we use fuel on this ship? Over here. Okay, so there should be a fuel storage area over here. Storage for fuel. Please keep that by where it's needed. Oh, there's a little fuel storage area up there. Let's not have that. Let's remove that. Yeah, let's remove that storage area. Put it all over here. Similarly on the Procyon. There we go. We're now a bit overfull of fuel, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much so we don't end up buying more. Yes, the Temptress has double thrusters, as you say, so that's why it's much more manoeuvrable. Maybe I should put a load more habitation on the top of the Temptress and just go, okay, this is my everything ship now. The Procyon has been useful, but it's a bit outdated. and just make sure that this ship can do everything that this one can, and I think it can, apart from the habitation decks. We've got the food and water recycling over here. We've got a fuel storage space over there. We've got oxygen recycling, I think. Yeah, air reprocessor and what's the CO2 scrubber? There it is. Yeah, so we've got air processing at this end of the ship. We've got food processing over here. We haven't got a couple of spacesuit pods over here. Yeah, I think this ship has everything this one does, and is just a bit more open inside and a bit easier to deal with, and has more thrusters. So it is probably a better ship. Maybe I should build a ship from the ground up to have just the sort of things that I would actually like to use. That might be sensible. How are you getting on, Foundry? It looks okay. Still mining iron, which is what we want it to be doing. This belt over here, though, is utter nonsense. And has basically no iron on it. It's got too much yellow metal, which is precious. Alright, we'll sell some precious. I'm not precious about it. Make a decent amount of money from selling that off, to be fair. So, I mean, it'll clear some of it out. Sell some Tillium as well. That might be worth doing. Yeah, let's sell some Tillium off as well. Selling the precious, indeed. I don't seem to need that much of it, so it feels like a sensible thing to do. And at the moment, actually, that said, at the moment I am using precious. I'm using precious and copper and frames. So I need precious, copper, and iron to be going around the belts. So, but I've got too much copper, metallic, Tillium, precious. Yeah, okay, so I've still got some ore over here, so I have a lot of capacity for selling more precious off. Oh, and I would need to detach that ship, wouldn't I? So that's the Temptress and undock. There we go. And there's more precious being brought in all the time. More precious being brought in all the time as well from over here, where the bots are either the bots or the lasers are being a little bit overzealous and shooting and doing the wrong thing. So, yeah, not gonna have any problems with that, I don't think. Yeah, we definitely have a big problem with not being able to make. I was going to say not being able to make the frames fast enough. But there's a load of them just lying on the floor up here for reasons I have absolutely no. I just don't know. They are lying on the floor for some reason though. So yeah. So sadly, the experiment into trying to capture. The experiment into using sushi belts has not been as successful as I would have liked. Unfortunately, it's just a sort of a... Yeah, they've clogged up. Things are going badly. It just straight up isn't working. Not really sure how to make this better, other than... And you can't even have... there aren't any splitters. So unless I run belts specifically from each chest to where it's needed, but even then it's just going to get they're all going to get in the way of each other. So I don't know. Why are you not running? Oh, you're full of frames. Oh, so it's this belt that's the problem. There are no frames on this belt. So maybe I should put in a box up here and fill it up with I don't know, but then if I fill it up with lenses or motors or something, then I'm going to have the same problem again. Now all of these have kicked in because I've just sold a load of metal. I could buy a load more people. That's one way to solve things, right? Then they can carry stuff around and it'll be a bit less awful. Yeah, there's so many things. So on this mode, the jobs mode, all the green lines show crew members and what they are currently doing. Yellow lines are things that need to be done, but there's no crew member assigned to them yet because all the crew are busy. I don't think you mean Dobby persistent. Unless that's the joke, that Gollum and Dobby are basically the same person. No, I can tell you don't. Okay, yeah, we now have too much fuel over here and we don't know what to do with it all. But that's possibly a good thing. I could sell a load of that as well, carry on making money from random resources. Oh, now we've harvested all of the metallic and no, we haven't. Everything target the metallics, because we don't want more precious. Although we have already mined all of this, so the bots are going to be gathering this up forever. Oh, it's all such a mess. Okay, tidying up seems to have mostly been achieved at this point. Things are being put into boxes in sensible places. I want to have a tiny box of frames down here and have the crew just hand feed the boxes of frames. What are you doing? He's just stolen something, a metal ingot, and he's running off with it when the thing is telling him to come down here. I think the AI gets a little bit confused about trying to walk through rails. They can walk over rails, and like that, and I think they can cross over inserters. But they get a bit funny about it, and they tend to path round them, which is a bit of a nonsense. I think you mean, well, I was going to say, I think you mean books persistent. I think calling Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings a film and the primary thing is a bit. We'll get you a lot of hatred anyway. Let's put it that way. Okay, they've tidied up most of the precious metals, and that's just gone somewhere. Are we building? Yeah, okay, he's bringing a frame down. Good chap. But he's going... Yeah, their pathfinding leaves a lot to be desired, like some pathfinding. Oh, and then a different... What? I don't understand. Oh, maybe it needs multiple frames. Ah, it takes 4 frames and a precious metals and a copper ingot to make a solar panel. And 30 seconds. Can I just go back to despairing? Right, another row have arrived. Yes, I'd forgotten persistence. Persistent inability to understand generations. Through much effort and strife. There we go. Another row. Another one. 650 megawatts. Basically two-thirds of the way there. Especially once all of these have been fitted. I'm tempted to just spin up the Stargate again just for funsies. I know it's not going to work. Oh, interesting. Only 200 megawatts being supplied. So it looks like I'm going to need more of these energy transmitters on this ship. So I guess... Well, if it's 200 megawatts, that's going to be obviously 5 of them. So let's do a little bit of dismantlement. That one, that one, that one, that one. Same on this side. Boop, 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 boop. And then I'm going to need to transfer over some more of those power dubrificators. What are they called? What are you? Energy transmitters. Energy transmitters. Energy transmitter. That one. Onto new ship, please. Oh, from Foundry onto new ship. There we go. And hopefully that'll mean that we'll build another one of those, and I can send that over. And in fact, you know what? Need another 4 of them. Let's send 5 over, so I've got 6 just for funsies. And they'll hopefully gradually arrive as we make more and more of them. So I can... Well, let's let's let these get deconstructed first. At least you can dismantle stuff without it falling apart, and you can just move stuff around. It would be a bit too much if you couldn't, I think. Four, 5, 6. Oh no. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And energy transmitters. Put one of them in. Install energy transmitters? Oh, I see. Just need to get. One there. There appears to be a. I was going to say there appears to be a restriction as to how close together you can put them, and then there sort of wasn't. So I don't know what was going on there, why it was being funny, but it was, and not in the ha-ha way. So hopefully I'll be able to put another 3 of them on this side once they've been built. But this is going reasonably well. We've got a bit more solar. Just as ever, waiting for more solar to be produced. Are we still trying to? Yeah, we've still got another 54 that we're trying to ship over this way before we reckon we've got it before the job finishes. So that may well end up being enough. I'm honestly not sure, but it's doing reasonably well. Can I put in another couple of docking ports on this ship? Do I have any? Install docking port. No, I've got some doors, but those are internal doors, not external doors. Okay, let's buy another couple of docking ports. What's up, Doc? Okay, I'll buy 1 docking port because that's all that's available at the moment. I can stick that in over here, and then I can link I can have my entire fleet all just sort of linked together and not worry about having to connect. We'll not worry about shuttles and things, basically. Are you guys working? You do seem to be. Yeah, so we are. I mean, we're making the solar panels at a rate. It's not a particularly good rate, but we are at least building them. Okay, so let's put in that docking port now. That goes in over. Doesn't really matter, but let's put it there. And then let's go back over to the new ship and see if we can buy any solar panels. Because if I can keep buying sort of 3 at a time like this, it tops up the number that I've got being delivered by from construction. So that's, at least it's a start. Oh no, they can be delivered to the top door up there. That's fine. Stop another row across the top here. Like I want to do. And if I go slowly enough, then there might be some more available by the time I get to the end of it. No, this might be the last one. Okay, well I got up to 9 instead of the 6 as predicted. So it's slightly better. Oh, and I've got another energy transmitter as well. Lovely. We'll put that in here. And, I need to power them. Apparently. What? You are powered. Why are you complaining? Oh, no, you're not. Helpful. So now, presumably, if I try and trigger the Stargate again, I should get like 600 megawatts. Okay, not quite 600 megawatts, but I've got 577. It's not quite as many as... Oh. What? Why are you sad? Did I not power you up? I did. Oh, you're still charging. Okay, fine. Fine, be like that then. So where's that coming from? It does feel like I'm going to need slightly more of these energy transmitters than I thought I was going to. So the first one transmitted 200 megawatts, but then the rest of them seem to have been a little bit lower. Maybe it's because I've got them too close together. I don't really know. There you go. Yes, persistence being predictable. There's a lot of iron just sort of sitting in space over here. Mostly because we can't unload it properly over here. Is the iron box? Oh, the iron box is full. All right. So maybe let's just turn all the lasers off for a bit. And just sit here and let stuff happen. Was what predictable? You randomly accusing people of being boomers or playing Overwatch? Either way. Yeah, there's some copper coming through. Typical Gen Alpha, stereotyping like that. Nope, no more solar panels have been made by anyone else. It's just me making. I have entirely cornered the market in solar panels. I'm the only person making them, and I'm using them in massive quantities. We do have another energy transmitter though, so that means I can get my. I've got up to that's up to 6 now, which is the number that it should be in theory be one more than the number I need. But I'm not sure I entirely trust this process. That one's not in the right place. It's too high up. Let's try and get the at least get the patterns and the everything correct. Make things line up nicely. Yes, there we go. And then that and that and that. There we go. So all powered up now. It's just generating enough electricity to actually power everything. So let's give it another. Oop, no, not that one. That one. Boop. 582. So presumably that's all. That's the 582 is just that's using up all the power. That's a bit alarming. That implies I'm not as close to having enough power as I thought it was. We've got 755 here. Why is that? Why are we only transmitting? If we've got 755 available, why are we only transmitting about 560, 580? Says I. Now, I mean, I know it's not enough yet. I know there's a lot more solar to be built out, but even so, it should be. Should be sufficient. Let's have a look. Is there anything fun to do? Rescue from Rex ship. Oh, pirate gang. Let's go and attack a pirate gang. That'll be fun. NG40 difficulty rating of 6. 300 grand. That's not too bad. Okay. Well, we haven't done any fighting yet this session. So let's go and do some of that. Right. So battle stations, sector map. Go to combat, prepare to jump, and we will take the Temptress with us because that's the combat ship, the other combat ship rather. And oh, there's trade arriving. What are we buying? We're not supposed to be buying stuff. We're supposed to be self-sufficient. Oh, we bought some food. Okay. Apparently we're not self-sufficient on food. Here we go. Oh, I need to turn on my bots down here. There we go. Right, 3 enemy ships. Is that one of them? No, that's one that's already been wrecked. Okay, switch over to it's a derelict. Fine. Okay, they're down here. That's a decent distance away. I'm okay with hopping in at this range. So what have we got here? We've got the big guns on the starboard side there and on the port side here, which is poor planning, but never mind. So it's pointing you that way, full throttle. And the other ship, I still feel that pressing tab should switch me between my ships. That's just what feels natural to me. Would allow me to switch between them rapidly to give them different orders. So we're going up against a fat duck, a fuel rat, and a teeny fighter. That doesn't feel particularly scary, to be honest. That one's got 2 Gatling guns, and as we've seen, the Gatling guns do basically no damage. That one's got 2 Gatling guns, and as we've seen, the Gatling guns do basically no damage. This one's got 2 Gatling. This one's got cannons on the front. So this one's a bit more dangerous. So the fat duck is going to be the one to go after first. So let's see how this goes. But I can bring the Temptress round this way, I think. Actually, the railguns have got the range already. Just need to bring it round a bit more. I can shoot the fuel rat like that. Now, how are we doing? There we go, spot on. Yeah, it'll probably just. To be honest, I think it's probably just going to. It's just going to shoot everything it needs to. Oh no! Turn hard. I wish it would show all of the weaponry ranges of all of your ships, basically all of the time. Or at least, I don't know, because I'd like to be able to tell where my ships are pointing their guns, essentially. And the temperature's now swung around too far, because the railguns are quite sensitive in their directionality. The cannons don't quite have the range, though, at this point. So actually, maybe we do want to close in a bit, get in a bit closer. Go that way. Or maybe it doesn't really matter, because the Procyon is going to absolutely annihilate the Fat Duck. Oh, it's only at 28% so far, actually. The Procyon is now, yeah, it's out of its firing arc. Okay, I think we need some supporting fire from the Temptress. How are we doing with railguns? Yeah, okay, that's spot on. Especially if this swings round to the port side, which I think it probably will. Let's turn a little bit anyway, just in case. Yeah, there we go. Long range shots with the railgun, just what we need. And if the that fuel rat would be so good as just fly through the space over here, that'd be wonderful. The Procyon, I don't think, is going to have the agility to turn fast enough. So I think if we just carry on going this way, then we can take the teeny fighter apart. Oh, no, we can't take it apart. We're not manoeuvrable enough for this. But the Temptress is going to do a reasonably good job of that and swing around like this. Ooh, too much swing around. I don't actually know. I was saying I want to go after the Fat Duck, wasn't I? So let's continue swinging around to try and bring the railguns to bear on it like that. Fuzzy missiles, I mean railguns. Oh, I forgot to check on the Procyon. Right, okay, all of its guns are pointing completely the wrong direction. Let's point that way instead. How's it doing for health? Great. Both my ships are basically functionally undamaged at the moment, so they're doing really well. You see, this is rattling away at it with its miniguns, but I don't care. It doesn't do a great deal. The miniguns don't do a great deal of damage. If I can come around to this sort of heading and give the Fat Duck a broadside with the cannons, though, that'd be very much appreciated. Are they ready? Yeah, there we go. So the Fat Duck is now up to 50% damage. That's good. That's what we like to see. Oh no, we can use the cannons and the railguns, but let's swing around a bit anyway with the Temptress because it's pointing in the wrong directions. And as I say, I do want to go after the Fat Duck first. Procyon, you need to actually, if you go that way, I think it's just going to fly straight past, and then you can hit it with all guns, point blank range like that. Excellent. That's good. Done a good 10% damage. Swing around this way now. Okay, we've moved quite a bit, and the Temptress is now dealing with the teeny fighter, which is also at 50% damage. I mean, my theory is that I should try and attack the most dangerous one first, which is very much the Fat Duck. But, well, like that, in fact. Things seem to be going, at the moment, the teeny fighter is going over there trying to draw fire. So I'm not going to complain too much. Oh, especially as it's now blown up. The Procyon has nearly got its... It has got its cannons to bear. Oh, no, it hasn't. The Fat Duck's just gone out of range. Okay, well, maybe if we go in a straight line at this point. Well, the Temptress... Maybe the Temptress needs to get over here. Yeah, it's nearly out of railgun range, so let's head over this way at flank speed. We won't worry about the fuel rat for now. As I say, it's not what I would call dangerous. Procyon needs to turn, bring guns to bear, like that. Lovely. And again. And again. Looking good, 93%. And it's gone. Alright, so let's park that one there for a second. And the Temptress, I want to swing you round to bring guns to bear on the fuel rat. There we go, just take it apart now. 25% damage, 36, 40, 50, 78, Oops, too much turn. No, about the right amount of turn, actually. Boom! There we go. Okay, so back over to the Procyon now. Well, the idea is we're coming in here to do a bit of harvesting of any goodies that are available. We do seem to have taken some damage. This engine is burning rather a lot, but our hull is absolutely fine. So, oh, we've got the... oh, I see. There's some repair work going on over here. Fine. In the meantime, let's use the bots to recover any loot we can from here. There's some valuable fuel over there. That's worth salvaging. Move a little bit further forward. And hopefully we'll get some cannon shells back to replace the ones we shot out. Oh, let's drop out of battle stations now. So we've got some people to do the important business of emptying out the drone bays. There we go. And relaunching the drones as well, as and when required. I'm a little bit concerned by all the smoke coming out of this engine over here. Or the flames, in fact, coming out of this engine over here. Oh, okay, we've got a guy out here doing some repair work, so maybe there's a... Okay, and he's repaired that one. Excellent. So, yeah, we've done some repairs. Crewmen are just standing around like loons and not being helpful, but that's okay. Is that... Okay, that's not salvageable stuff. So we now want to also head over and... Let's go to the fuel rack first because it's closer, and salvage from there. The Temptress is just disappearing. Come back. The Temptress does not have bots on board, so which is a bit of a mistake actually. That means we can't do any repair work on this ship, although not it took any damage, and also we can't do any salvage work with the ship either. But oh well, probably not actually, not a serious problem. Anything over here to gather? Yeah, there's some hyperspace fuel there. I would appreciate some normal fuel. I would appreciate some more ammunition, but that does not seem to be a thing that we're going to get from these. The Fat Duck was the first one we went to. Oh, actually, come to think of it, if there had been any ammunition, it had been chucked in here. So we are still, yeah, we're seven. We've used up 7 ammunition from the box by the looks of it, and 20, probably not 20 from there. We probably didn't use those guns. Oi! Oh no, you don't. Where's the Temptress? That scavenger is making a beeline right for my loot. I think it's going to get shot up a little bit. Do you think I can scare it off? I wonder if the game is that clever. Oh, yes! I apparently scared it off. That was easier than I expected. I was expecting to have to start at least have to start shooting at it, but maybe maybe having 2 heavily armoured and armed battleships turning up in the area scared it off. If so, that's a surprisingly intelligent scavenger. I mean, if that wasn't just a coincidence, I am actually quite impressed. Alright, okay, not a great deal to collect from there either. We don't seem to have done all the repair work there, but oh well. The Temptress is once again escaping. Stop that. Okay, so that's that mission successfully. Are there any contracts to take from here? No. Right. In that case, let's have a look at the sector map. Go back and we'll head back home basically from this at this point. That mission went quite well, I think, and we'll take the Procyon with us. Oh, crew in space. Okay, well, we'll give them a minute to... we'll give them as long as they need, actually, to get back. We're not in a hurry. But we'll go back to the new ship. How's that? See how this is getting on with... Oh, it's got loads of solar panels. Let's install some of those. 19 of them. That's more than... That's almost 2 rows. It's not quite 2 rows, but it's getting on for it. This does remind me a bit of putting out solar panels in Factorio, where you cover absolutely enormous areas of ground with them and get not particularly enormous amounts of power out, and it takes forever to build them up as well. At least because we're in space here, I don't have to have I don't have to put in enormous quantities of batteries as well. And we do have batteries. I can fit those, but for what we're doing here, we need the quantity of power generated. We don't need any actual storage, so I'm just going to chuck in lots and lots of solar. And in the process, I also want to bring over another... we've also got another 31 coming over. Let's have some more of those. And also, I'm going to bring over another 2 energy transmitters, because I'm not entirely convinced that the some of the shortages we've seen have been generation shortages. I think these energy transmitters might not be working at 100% efficiency. We'll see. Okay, do we still have crew? Yes, we do still have crew in space. I'll let's go up there as well. Okay, they're repairing the solar panels. That's a pretty sensible thing for them to be doing. I'm happy to leave them there working on that for the time being, and not jump out yet. Are things looking happy over here? Kind of. This belt is struggling. I don't know why it's capable. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know what it's doing. But it is moving. We've got some construction going on here. We haven't here. Why are you sad? I don't know. It doesn't tell me what's been put into it, so I don't know why it's sad. We've got precious and copper flowing past it, so maybe it is frames. But then why are we short of frames? Because there's 36 of them in this box up here, and they're coming around on the belt as well. So why is that not grabbing them and putting them in here? Maybe it is. Maybe it's just being a bit slow. Oh, we do need 4 frames for each solar panel, though, don't we? I keep forgetting that this isn't Factorio, where you make sure you have enough for a couple of builds in the machine at all times. So it's probably down to that. We just need to have a steady supply of frames being put in. In fact, okay. No, there isn't room to put in a box in the middle of here. There are at least 2. No, I don't think it would fit. That's a shame. Still, they are being made, albeit not quite as quickly as I would like. Right. Okay. Now we can futtle jump. So we've got both ships selected. We know where we're going. Let's go. And actually, I should unload all of these hyperspace isotopes into the foundry as well, because we might want to do something with them. I don't think we are actually using them at the moment, but I feel like we might as well unload them. There's no real reason not to. Oh, and before I go and park again, I should exit battle stations and disconnect the cable here, so we turn the drone base off, so we don't start accidentally mining with the ship, because that's silly. Okay, where is everything? Everything is over here. So we'll go and park over this side, and the Temptress will come over as well and park in the gap in the middle. I said, come over here. I don't know why I'm unable to fly to there. Okay, now I'm able to fly to there. Who knows? But okay, we'll fly back over here, dock up, and yeah, we can then start passing all of the hyperspace juice over and see what see whether the foundry actually needs any of it. I don't think it really does. We've got a big stockpile of it down here and loads of space down here. Well, actually, there's loads of space down here where it can be put, so we'll come over and put it in there. And we have tanks as well, actually, that can be filled up as well. So there's plenty of space available. Okay, Temptress, we'll rotate you into position. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. And then sidle in this way like this. And dock. Then we can get the Procyon. Here it comes. Perfect timing. I approve of that. We'll let it finish off its own autopilot maneuver first, and then adjust from there. There we go. Oh, this one is heavier and less, and a bit more awkward, but you know, that's okay. You can get it there easily enough. There we go. Have a flotilla. It's like sort of it's like that thing you do in oh, why is that not docked? Okay, now it's docking. It's like that thing you do in Scouts or similar when you go out kayaking and you put and you get all the kayaks up against each other and have people run across the front of them or the front or back of them and that sort of thing, and then somebody falls in and everybody laughs. Right, so we have it's not FTL charges, although I can make those now. Maybe that'd be a thing to play around with. We've got the the hyperspace isotopes, so we want to take them from the Procyon onto the Temptress, and then we want to take them from the Temptress onto the Foundry. There we go. That's what I want to do. Pass them all the way through like that. Also, we've got some ammunition to replenish. So, The Procyon, no, the Temptress needs another 31, and the Procyon needs 4. Okay, 31 and 4. So we do more logistics, this time from the foundry. We want to take railgun slugs. We don't have any railgun slugs. No, cannon shells. 30, what was it? 30, I can't remember. It was certainly 4. 4 of them go over to the Procyon cruiser, and it was 30? 30 something. Might have been 31 over to that one. Let's check. The Temptress. Yes, 31. I remembered something. Wow. Be amazed. That won't happen very often. And we don't... I assume we're collecting hyperspace isotopes here, because we've got the... Let's have a look at the pipes. Yeah, oh yes, we're just putting them straight in bottles. Okay, fine. Good. That's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so there we go. Here we go. We're rearming. Oh, that was bullets I brought over the number for. Numbers are hard. I've shipped in far too many. Oh well, never mind. We have too many. So we want another 31 bullets on that ship, and 20 bullets on that one. 31 and 20. So back to the Logistimatron. From the foundry, we want 31 and 20. And that'll arm that'll fully arm both of my combat ships, so they've got full magazines and they can go out and prod some buttock, as it were. I might ship some of the shells back from the Temptress because I sent over far more than I meant to. Oh, new ship is low on food. Okay, new ship. Let's buy some food. Because I don't really... I'm not sure how my food production is going everywhere. So 10 food. Is there any solar? No. Just 10 food then. We've got some more solar, so we'll install that. Make the people earn their food on this ship. 1. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clicking repeatedly and accurately is harder than I would like to admit. There we go. Tuck in. Enjoy your food. I should probably put the whole recycling system in on this ship, actually. There are people spending enough time on it that I feel like I might as well at this point. So let's go through and work out how we do that. So we need a sewage pipe first. Then we need a... What's it called? I can't remember what any of these things are called. That's the problem. That then goes into... So yeah, sewage pipe goes into a waste treatment machine and a water purifier no, not a munitions bench, not assembly table, hydroponics garden, and I think that's it. Oh, and then we need some seeds as well. Although we've probably got seeds on one of the other ships. Let's check. Who's got plenty of seeds and wants to get rid of them? How do I find seeds? I think they're going to usually at the bottom. Okay, yeah, the Procyon has got loads of them. So let's take from there. Let's take six seeds away. Take a couple from... Whoop. It's almost like seeds sort of self-multiply, isn't it? Yeah, they very much do. Okay. So, where's the habitation deck? It's this little bit down here. Okay. So I'm going to have to put in a sewage pipe about here. So we'll install the sewage pipe here. Next to the... Surely I can put it in by the ladder like that. There we go. And then we need to have a waste treatment machine. Take sewage in at the bottom. And then a water purifier above it. Takes wastewater at the bottom. And then a hydroponics garden like that. And then we have storage for seeds and food and compost. And oh, and I need a tank. I should have brought a tank over. Those I'm making though, so I can just bring a tank over from a different ship. Probably medium tanks. There we go. So from the foundry, send one of those over to new ship. There we go. And we'll install it when it comes. So first though, I need to put in some pipes. So sewage needs to come from, oh great, there to there, and happily the current version of what am I playing? What am I playing? The Last Starship doesn't link pipes up when they cross over unless there's an actual good reason to, like they're carrying the same thing. That and that and that, and then we also need power for these guys, like that and that, and there we go. That will now allow us to start making food. In fact, let's bring some more tanks over so I can store many different things. And we'll start installing these medium tanks. So we'll have one for the water, which is going to come out of... you know what, let's put it up here, out of the way. One for water. Another 2 energy transmitters. This might be the last ones. 1, 2... And I've got some more solar panels. So I'll start being demanding and just building more and more and more stuff while I'm waiting for other stuff to be delivered. Like that. And then these medium tanks. Right, so let's put one in for the sewage. Just because that seems like a good idea. And I feel like I want one for the oxygen as well. Let's dump all of the oxygen into a tank. That just feels like a good idea. And then I'm going to need to make sure the pipes are everywhere. So, okay, we've got a sewage tank here. That's fine. That's filling up. We'll link the medium tank to the oxygen there, and then we'll link this tank, this medium tank, to the water. So we've just got somewhere to stockpile it, so we can keep churning through the sewage over here while the hydroponic garden is doing whatever a hydroponic garden does. That will also allow me now to drain all the oxygen out of these bottles. Like this, and put it into this tank, which is fine. It'll save us a bit of space over here, but yeah, hopefully we'll just we can keep reprocessing the carbon dioxide as well. We've got a nice big tank here to dump it all into, and I think this tank is bigger than all of these bottles. But maybe when a couple of these have emptied, I'll turn this loader off, and we can just keep the tank at a steady level. In the meantime, we need some more cables over here because I hadn't planned to put those in, and also I don't think, yes, I haven't cabled these in yet, so we'll have that, and actually, can I, if I drag from there to there, yes, it'll put both of them in one go. Nice, so we'll do that, and that means I'm guaranteed to line it up properly. There and there, and over across there, and oh, there's a couple of over here already. And there's some down here that I haven't wired up yet. Maybe this is why I seem to have a shortage of power, because I hadn't actually hooked up half of my solar panels. I don't know. But it would make a certain amount of sense. Okay, there we go. Gas collector's run out of storage space for fuel again. I don't care. Maybe I should just be burning a load of this fuel to keep this thing running. Okay, when you finish, I shall turn this off. Bink. Bink. There we go. Okay, so how much power do we have now? We now have 940 megawatts. That feels like it's nearly there. Let's turn the Stargate on and see how much we get through. Okay, 910. So most of it is getting through. That's pretty good. We're almost to the point of being able to kick in the Stargate. We just need to keep making the solar panels and keep adding those in. Stargate's losing power. Yeah, okay, fine. It can turn off again. I don't care. Can we turn the Stargate off again? No. Okay, that's slightly problematic. How do I turn these guys off? I guess I don't. I suppose I could disconnect the cables to them. There and 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 there. Zoom. So hopefully the Stargate is... Yes, there we go. Stargate is turned off again. Excellent. So now I can put all those cables back again. I haven't put in a very good switch system for turning the Stargate on and off. And apparently just turning the Stargate off again is not a thing you can do. At least if it is, I didn't spot it in the couple of seconds I was looking at the system. CO2 scrubber, okay, the reprocessor is running hard. Okay, I'm glad I put this tank in because I think there's quite a lot of CO2 in the air here that we weren't able to deal with because we couldn't put the oxygen anywhere. So then being able to scrub it and put it into this tank rather than trying to force it back into the air and increasing the pressure is working quite nicely. Similarly over here, yeah, the water is going up as we work through all that backlog of sewage we had. And okay, there's the backlog of sewage. We're working through that nice and quickly, so we'll catch up with that pretty soon. Yeah, things seem to be all right, and we just need to carry on installing the solar panels as they're built. I feel we're very nearly there. This entire stream has been me trying to get these bloody solar panels and get the Stargate up and running. That has been quite a time-consuming process. Granted, quite a lot of that has been swearing at this system here and just going, why is this so bad? Maybe the answer is, don't try to have a spaceship that will do everything. Have a spaceship that can do anything and will switch back and forth between different productions as required. So at the moment, it should be making solar panels, therefore, so that means I should have a system that's making frames, or several that are making frames, and then a load of assembly tables that are taking the frame, that are linked up to the appropriate feeds and are taking in the frames and the metals to make the solar panels. I shouldn't have all of these ones down here that are making all the bits and pieces just for making spaceship stuff, and all these ones down here that are making bits and pieces for Stargate production. We don't need those anymore, so I should have dismantled that and just sold all the bits and pieces that I'd made just to save on storage space. I don't know, but then quite a lot of the stuff is things you want to have a steady supply of, like the robot arms and tanks and so ons. So I don't know. The other thing is, when you've got a system up and running like this, even if it's not working very well, it's a big faff to dismantle it and remantle it and build something else instead. So it's prototyping and just sort of changing designs around and upgrading things when you don't need when you think you want to do something a bit different is quite a big job. At one point, I even extended the ship slightly, made it a bit bigger off to the right hand side here, because that was easier than trying to rejig all the storage I've got around here to allow me to have a little bit more space to put in the sushi belt. So yeah, it's it's putting these extra storage boxes along here. So yeah, it's a bit of a fiddly one really, but oh well. It does sort of kind of basically mostly work. Oh, and look, we've filled up with stable isotopes over here, because all of those hyperspace isotopes that were pulled out of these two ships have now gone into here, gone into the processing system, and they've been processed through into stable isotopes, which are then potentially put into a big green bottle. But the storage is filled up, so now they're just going into the tank here. And this is the sort of reason why I can't have any general purpose storage on this ship, much as I would like to have somewhere for random things like this bottle of Stargate resin over here to go. I can't, because if I do, then they'll empty this. Then it'll just fill up with stable isotope bottles, or robot arms, or frames, or iron ingots, or whatever. It is problematic. Yeah, and this is completely broken around here, and as we've discussed, I can't realistically do anything about it. So it's just up to the Mugginses to carry all of the frames over in order to make the solar panels, and that's probably that I reckon is slowing the production down enormously. I wonder if I can buy any sort of solar panels. I know I keep checking this, but they do keep making more of them, so I might as well keep picking them up. They're only 10 grand each, and I've gained about 1.5 million this session, I think. I think I was just under 13 million at the beginning of the stream, so I'm doing quite well financially. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a medium tank as well, which I didn't actually need in the end. There we go, got some plants growing, so we'll have some food in a little while. I'm surprised we haven't been filling it with compost over here. I guess it's all being put into the hydroponics machine. This guy, hydroponics. Yeah, it's got 61 compost in it. That's where it's all going. What's that green stuff? That must be tilium. What's making the shoop shoop? Oh, it's the solar panels being built. Okay. Right, how much power are I on now? Exactly 1,000 megawatts. So maybe I'd be able to fire up the Stargate. I'd like to have a few more, to be honest. I'd like to maybe I'll finish this row, but not worry about the top 2 rows until it becomes until I have an obvious shortage. In fact, let's speed the game up. I should have done that ages ago. And keep a little bit of an eye on the production over here. There's a guy bringing a frame over. There's a guy making one up there, so that's another 2. There's my solar panel coming together nicely. And there's one made. And okay, it puts in the precious metals happily, but he's had to run off to go and get another frame, which he's bringing down. And there we go, goes in there. Okay, that wasn't... Okay, no, he's going to get more. He's not going to bring all of them at once. He's just going to go, oh, it needs a frame. Oh, it needs another frame. Oh, it needs another frame. If we could have 4 guys go off simultaneously and go and get all of the... Where's he going? And go and get all of the frames, then the speed would be a lot quicker. Maybe I should just have frames on this belt. I think it's too late for that. There's too much other junk on it. It's just full. Why are there hyperspace isotopes on this belt? What the hell? Oh, because it runs through a storage area down here. That should not be the case. Yeah, don't run your belt through storage zones. That leads to unfortunatenesses. Let's dismantle some of... Oh no, it's not going to actually help. It's not worth it. It's going to be too much of a faff to make it help and make it be worth it, rather. Oh, look, the bots have found some more copper for us. Lovely. Another 3 solar panels. This is... Oh no, 4 solar panels. Even better. I suppose they should kind of come through in pairs because there's 2 machines making them more or less in... I won't say in sync, but in parallel. Right, I'm going to get these in. I'm going to turn the Stargate on. I'm going to see what happens. If we have a shortage of power on the ship for a little while, then c'est la vie. I don't really care. It's not going to cause any serious problems in the... Explode in the short term. If worst case, we might start to run out of oxygen, but but that's going to take quite a long time to happen. They've all got spacesuits, and I can disconnect the Stargate power things if necessary. Right, let's turn it on. Ooh. 998 out of 1,000. So close. Oh, and that is virtually there, but so close, but so not quite there. And that might be one... Oh yeah, solar panel provides 5 megawatts. So these 2 solar panels might tip us over the edge and we'll have enough power. I do still need to carry on putting more on this ship because we'd like to have a little bit over the absolute minimum required for it. We'd like to have other stuff like the life support running as well. How much power do we have now? 1,020. So yeah, we're losing 22 megawatts somewhere. Oh, that message went away. Does that mean the Stargate is now a happy bunny? Yes, it is. Oh, well, only just. But it's enough that we have a progress bar growing. So that's good. Oh, mostly. Is it still going? It's still going. We've got any more? We've got 1 more solar panel. Okay, well, I'm going to keep putting them on here. So I was right. Finishing this row was going to be about right to get things up and working. There's another solar panel. Let's put you in too. I said let's put you in too. There we go. Okay, it is... Yeah, so when we have the little power dips, it stops, but it doesn't start again. It keeps running, so that's not too bad. And there we go. ready for jump, apparently. So, good. So the question is, what does that mean? I mean, presumably means I can jump through the Stargate. Phase 5 completed. Da da da. Pew. Excellent. Let's drop back to normal speed. Oh, you know what I should do? I should go over and do some repair work on these ships. If I go into the editor, I think there's a repair button somewhere. Maybe it doesn't need repairing. Maybe it just needs the armor re-armoring. Yeah, the armor needs re-armoring, like that. 76,000. Kind of pricey. What about the Temptress? Do you need re-armoring? You just need armoring? No, you're fine. Okay, yeah, the Temptress didn't actually get hit, apparently. The Procyon cruiser took all the beating, and we've done most of the repair work on it, so it's basically fine. Excellent. So let's have another look at the Stargate. So we can now see phase 5 is complete. It says it's ready for a jump. Phase 6 is still locked. So the reason I was looking at that, let's take the Temptress and undock. Okay, that didn't do. I want to undock and to detach. Fine. What I want to do with these now is have a look at the map. Is there a? Nope. I was expecting to be able to go to the Stargate from there, but apparently that's not a thing. FTL. I want to take both of them with me in case it's dangerous, but we don't have a destination set. Stargate does not have any sort of good clues here. The map. I'm checking the map again because I know I checked it, but I'm wondering if I missed something. Got a shipyard, colony. Nope, there's no. I can't zoom out. There's no Stargate here. I don't know how to get to the Stargate. Does anyone have any bright ideas? Orders, and this just controls my peoples. Fleet leaders and mining. Oh, I could turn on and off options down here. That's quite nice. What else have we got? So we've got research. Has a new research appeared? Nope. We've looked at the Stargate. We've looked at the map. We've looked at the footle. Logistics isn't relevant. Power grid, contracts, trade, editor, and construction. I don't think any of these are relevant unless there's something in contracts. Nope, nothing there. Oh, I could sell some fuel though, since I've got too much of that. Which ship have I just sold it from? Probably the wrong one. Probably sold it from the Procyon cruiser. No, the Temptress. That's not what I wanted to do. Yep, I sold it from the wrong. Well, I sold it from both ships, apparently. No, I sold it from this one. Damn it. Okay, we're gonna have to pass them across there. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'll try. Once I've sorted out this fuel accident, I will. I'll give it a try. Okay, so can we just rotate this ship? No. Contract complete. Okay, there we go. We have completed the contract. Let's hook up back up to the foundry and ships and stuff over, and then we'll follow regular suggestion and go off and look at a Stargate and go do a jump and see what happens. So we need some fuel on the right, so the gas collector wants to dump all onto there whenever it can. The Temptress needs about 20. No, sorry, the Temptress needs 20 from. The Temptress needs 20 from here. There we go. So they'll have 25 each, and that should be about right. Yep, here it comes. Let's put some more solar on this while we're waiting for that fuel accident to be sorted out. Alright, is the fuel done? Temptress. Well, there is a load of fuel on board, so probably. It has stopped coming through, and we have plenty of people on the other ship. Yeah, it looks like it's all gone through. Okay, you can undock. Okay, let's try jumping somewhere. So, map. Let's go to this colony up here for no apparent reason. Prepare to jump. Take the Procyon with you. Pull in your docking things, perhaps? Oh, it is retracting that one, just albeit a little slowly. Ready, and... Ready, ready, jump! Oh, maybe I have to go back to NG0, because from there I could see the Stargate in the background. That's a thought. Let's try that. So, I mean, that didn't do anything. But if I go back to here, that's sort of it's the starting point, and you can see from there we could actually see the Stargate in the background as part of the sort of the scenery. So maybe we'll be able to do something from there. I think that's worth a try. This is coming back to me having the problem of me having finished all of the story missions. I'm not getting told what to do anymore. Everything's out. I can still do the Stargate missions as far as I'm aware, and have been trying to. Yeah, see, there it is. And it's doing sort of things. It seems to be... I mean, it's running. It's got power. It's ready for jump. But how do I jump? Maybe this is something. Maybe I need to build another thing. Is there another? If I take a look at this, can I make something else like a? I don't know. Tanks, ladders, doors, loader, track, robot arms, batteries, solar panels, Stargate frames, Stargate actuators. We've made a load of those. Those were just the thing I had to sell. Same as Stargate receivers and Stargate capacitors. The energy transmitter is what we've been using to power up the Stargate. Just its own. Deflectors are shields. I don't made any of those. Oh, we can make hydroponic gardens. I probably should have been doing that rather than buying them. Didn't realise I could make them. No, so there doesn't seem to be anything in there to do otherwise. Okay, I guess this might be a go off and have a look on the internet and see what other people have suggested, because I don't have any bright ideas, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to have to just go, I don't know, lol. A year ago, so okay. Maybe that is the last step and I've completed the game. That is possible. Although in the last year, I believe quite a lot more progress has been made. So, but yes, maybe I have. Star hopper hole, that's not relevant, is it? No, it's not. Maybe I have completed it. Tell you what I'll do is I'll call the stream here. It's a little bit earlier than I normally finish, but an early night would probably do me some good. Maybe I'll do a little bit more video editing before I get to bed and then not have an early night. We'll see. So I'll go off and do a little bit of research and find out whether this actually is the end of the game or whether there is anything else I can do. And then I'll report back on the Discord and maybe make a YouTube post as well. And if there's more to the game, then I'll carry on playing next week. If not, then I guess I won't. I know there is another mode for the game, so I've been playing the story mode. In fact, if I save this, because I'm sort of thinking of finishing, I'll save this. Then I can abandon game. Eventually, there we go. Then I can do a new game. So we've got multiple options here. So the Boldly Go this is the one I've been doing. The new journey through the story-driven sci-fi episodes with these people popping up, telling me to do things, building the Stargate. There's also the survival mode, and this is the one I played in the demo a couple of years ago, whenever it was. Or the demo had sort of 3 systems worth of this, and there's this sort of massive black hole, the anomaly, that's just growing and growing and growing. And the idea is you're supposed to sort of fly out and try and keep your ship supplied for as long as you can, building up your ship, doing missions to gathering people, gathering money, keep gathering resources, and just trying to get as far away and just trying to keep going for as long as you can. So that could be quite fun to play. I suspect it might be a bit like playing a roguelike, where the idea isn't so much that there's a thing you complete as much as you just keep going for as long as you can until you start to run out of money, or you run out of air, or you run out of food, or something starts to become a problem, and your journey comes to an end. Or maybe it's a gather as many people as you can, and when you get to area 10, then it's considered complete and you get a high score based on how many people you've rescued. I don't know. So that might be another thing to have a look at. So I guess that could be, that could be potentially another thing. So we'll have at least one more Last Starship stream next week, where I'll either carry on with the Stargate project if it turns out there is more to do with it, or I shall have a go at survival mode and see what happens there. Right. So, I think that's pretty much going to be the end of the stream then. Thank you very much for watching. There'll be a video coming out on Friday, and with updates on how things have been going in the Factorio Planetary Pioneers stream. Then we'll be back for more streaming on Monday as well. So carrying on, we're carrying on with Norvis. Hopefully, we'll get some trains up and running then, because we're very close to having trains. And as everyone knows, trains are the first major important milestone in Factorio. And then back to Last Starship again on Wednesday once more. And I think there's probably going to be, as long as everything goes to plan, there's going to be a bonus Factorio video tomorrow as well, because I made a shorter one than normal. So I thought it might as well be a bonus one. So keep an eye out for that, and the small number of you watching could be the first people to know about it. I know there's more content in Alpha, so there's more story content in Alpha 14. I think Alpha 15 didn't introduce. Well, I'll have to have a look. So I'll do that, as I say, between streams rather than making you watch while I'm thinking about it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you on Monday. And keep an eye out for the videos coming out before then. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.